Alrighty. What is up, everybody? Welcome in. Um, I'm sorry I am so late. I fell asleep, so that's super awkward. I wanted to wake up 2 hours ago. Ha! Excuse me. For anybody hanging out on the Discord side, I opened up the event stage because I thought it would be cool to, honestly, right? Um, no, honestly. So, I opened up an events, a stage on Discord so that y'all can hop in. I'm also streaming TTS to it so that, if you want to tune into that, you won't hear me responding to thin air. Um, it's completely optional, of course, but I thought it would be cool to give the community a shot at, getting up here to talk about stuff, you know? But yeah, I do apologize for being late. I had a nap after, so the maintenance guy came again this morning, because he's been working on fixing the walls and ceiling in our bathroom, and I think everything is done now, it just needs to be painted. So, you know, he came in to, to sand everything, and there was like a little bit of dust everywhere, so I cleaned all that up and stuff like that. He felt bad about leaving a mess, and I'm like, it's fine, don't worry about it. You gotta expect these things, right? And then after that, after I was done all that, I'm like, I'm gonna take a nap, and I'm gonna wake up at 3. I'm gonna set an alarm for 3. That gives me 1 hour to get my shit together. And, I woke up almost 2 hours later. So, I've been awake since about 4:45. And for those who are not in... Or no, it's not even 4:45 yet. What am I fucking talking about? Okay, it was at least half an hour I was supposed to start. I don't know. I can't even keep track of time anymore. I think that's also on brand. Yeah, no, see, because so whenever I put my alarm on, I turn, like, my phone, the ringer goes on full blast. So you would think having an alarm play in my ear at full fucking blast would wake me up, but no. But no. This is why I don't usually like to work on a schedule if I can help it, but, like, it's kind of hard not to do that with streaming. Speaking of streaming, that's what we're here to talk about today. The whole idea for today, was to chat about, one, my journey as a content creator, but also your journey as a content creator, or, like, if you're not a content creator, you can also chat and share your thoughts. Coffee! Welcome in! How you doing today? I should probably have Discord up so I can actually see what's going on in there. Okay. So yeah, once again, if you are on Discord, there is a stage channel opened up here, so you can potentially join in the conversation if you are so inclined, or you can just sit in there and listen in. It is entirely up to you. Either way, I figured we could give that a shot and see who we can get involved here. What did you do? What did you do? Hang on. Simon, what did you do? Yeah, it is. Wait, can you guys not hear TTS? Because it's still working. It's been working this whole time. What the fuck? Why not? Because it is still going. Let me see if I can fix it. Oh! I know what the problem is. The problem isn't that it's broken, it's that I'm a dumbass. No, this is user error on my part. Last night, I went through and I made sure everything was ready. The one thing I forgot to do was add the source for TTS on this particular scene. Give me a moment, let me fix it. Fucking figures I forgot something, you know? Yeah, because I'm like, wait, it is working. It's absolutely working. This is just... Don't worry about me, I'm an idiot. There we go, you guys should be heard now.
Said, oh, I've been there XD.
Why is there... Hold on.
Simon Uma. Said, yay, it's not undead. Cough is in ho live. Said, happens to the best of us.
Is it also catching my music though? Why? Is my audio okay? Is everything... It's definitely reacting to something. What the heck? Why? I've not seen that before. Huh? Yeah, it is definitely... Why is it picking up on my music? Hold up. But hang on a second. Technical... What in the actual heck is going on here? Okay.
Tiff B. Said, where's the tavern keeper when you need them?
That would be me. Don't worry about it. So it shouldn't be catching my music, yet somehow it is? I also have a few sources in this that I don't need. So who knows, maybe that's part of the problem. Like, is it actually messing with the audio? Because I can't hear it right now. Nope, that did not work. Why is my browser catching Spotify?
Cough is in ho live. Said, if it helps, the music is low enough that it's not really an issue in terms of hearing your voice. Simon Uma.
I mean...
Said, it is playing Jesse's music.
Okay, so I'm not asking if it's playing Jesse's music, because I'm playing that through Spotify. Right? I'm wondering if... Because, for whatever reason, my browser is picking up that audio too. And TTS is going through my browser, and it should not be doing both, and I don't understand why it's doing it. I am very confused. Because I am not running anything through my browser that should be picking that up.
Cough is in ho live. Said, now I'm also confused XD.
Right?
Tiff
Right?
B.
Because...
Said again, TDS, go home.
I don't think
You're drunk.
I don't think the
You're
issue...
cut off from the alcohol.
So the issue... I don't think the issue is specifically TTS. Because I'm running that off of a website. Right? And it's not picking up the audio properly. To which I say, I'm sorry, the fuck? Because I guess if nothing, it'll just give me a little boost to it, so I guess it's fine. I just want to know if it messed with things. Because I can't tell if it did. I'm gonna refresh TDS. Just to see. Okay, we've refreshed it. And it's still doing it. Why?
Simon Uma said, well, it sounds fine, if that is any help.
That's gonna really bother me. That's bothering me so much. Why is it catching that? Because, like, the problem is I have this all balanced out and I'm afraid it's throwing off the balance is the issue. I'm gonna try to ignore it because I don't want to sit here focusing on it and I'm so confused. I am so confused. Cause like yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Nope. Stop looking at it, Minnie. Stop looking at it. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna roll with it because I don't know what else to do. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take Discord and physically cover my audio mixer.
Simon Uma said, content creation technical difficulties, discuss.
Yeah, honestly, right? So I'm literally, because this is bothering me so much, I'm gonna literally physically take my Discord window and move it over my audio mixer so I don't see it.
Said the worst part of it all, lol.
Honestly. So, the whole point of today is because my 12-year anniversary of making content is coming up in May. I believe my original channel was created on May 7th, and my first ever video was put up on May 13th of I want to say 2013. That sounds right. Yeah, because 2012 I was still in high school. Time has flown, and it is insane to me that it's been that long.
Simon Uma said, yay, congrats.
Yeah, so I thought that
that's a long time.
It really kind of is. It really
said
is.
Time is a weird soup.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. So, I was like, you know what, let's do a Misfits Haven episode about, like, my journey as a creator, but I'm like, I also don't want to make it a big old history lesson with dates and facts, because I think that's probably, like, the least important part of it. And I was like, well, let's do a stream, and then we can talk about it. Other people can share their journeys, or, you know, viewers can share their thoughts as well, even if they aren't content creators, because why the hell not? You know? Hence the stage channel for people to join in if they are so inclined. You know. It's a whole thing. Sorry, my brain just went... my brain just went, like, dead for a second. So yeah, I mean, I guess we might as well launch into things, because I started my original channel. Some of you who've known me for a long time will know what it is.
Said, I'm new to this. I'll be enjoying the stories, hee. Fair
enough. Fair enough. I mean, you're free to share your thoughts and experiences as well if you are, again, so inclined. So my original channel, right? I have two channels because reasons. We'll get to that. I will avoid as many trigger warnings as possible, because unfortunately there will be some. But we'll get to that again. So my original channel, it was called Mini Minchino back in the day. I remember when I was first making that alias, it was for Twitter. And I was like, I don't know what to call myself, right? Because for the longest time, like, as a teenager, I was pretty, like, heavily focused on playing the bass and stuff, and, my alias was
said that name sounds adorable.
Is great. I love it. I still love it to this day. But yeah, so my original alias online was actually Confused Bass Player. Because, like, I was making fun of myself. I'm like, I play the bass, but I'm often confused by things. Boom! Origin story complete, right? So I use that a lot in games and stuff that I would play online, mainly the Kingdom of Loathing. Shout out to anyone who knows the Kingdom of Loathing. So, you know, Kingdom of Loathing is actually where I first came up with that alias, because I'm like, I don't know what to call myself in this ridiculous, weird stick person game. So, I went with it, and I actually made friends there, and it was a lot of fun. But when it came around to, like, YouTube and stuff, I'm like, I don't really want to use that. Also, that name was already taken. And I'm like, well, maybe I should come up with something new. And then I remembered Minchino, and I remember my reaction when I first saw a Minchino, right? It was like, you know,
Aspen's
playing
Core.
Pokemon Black and White.
Said OMG Kingdom of Loathing.
Oh, good, you know what that is. Oh, I'm so happy. Yes. I haven't messed around with that game in
Aspen's
so long.
Score. Said I'd forgotten about that game. I used to watch Markiplier play, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know he actually tried that. That's amazing. I used to play it actively for a very long time. It is the weirdest shit.
Said he played West of Loathing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Aramatarbo. Said don't know if the same series.
No,
Said also AO been a bit.
Yeah, welcome in. So Kingdom of Loathing is... It's sort of a text-based RPG
said
that you...
Minnie and Aspensor are pretty much that meme of the two Spider-Men pointing at each other right now. LOL.
So Kingdom of Loathing...
said asterisk Aspen's Core.
It's one of those, like, online RPG type things, except it's completely text-based. And it's just this ridiculous world that is a parody of just about everything.
Said I know both West of Loathing and Shadow are Loathing are Stickman RPG games that turns based.
Yeah, this one isn't turn-based. It's like an online thing. You don't really... It's run completely on a website. It's completely free, which is nice. It's kind of hard to explain. I might consider making, like, a video on it at one point. Who knows? Anyway, it's not, to my knowledge, it's not related at all to, those other two games. So, completely different thing. Anyway, when it came to YouTube...
Said oh.
Yeah.
Aramatarbo. Said ooh they are apparently.
Oh, are they?
Aramatarbo. Said they're all made by the same guy.
Oh. Okay, so I'm wrong. Okay. I didn't actually know that. That's really cool, actually. Holy shit. Okay, I might go back to Kingdom of Loathing at some point. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Mini Minchino, the origin of that name, right? So...
Aramatarbo.
Holy
said I don't know if it's a series, could just be a reboot or something.
Possibly.
Aramatarbo. Said fair LOL.
Possibly. So, back when I started playing Pokemon Black and White, Generation 5, that intro cutscene where, like, Professor Juniper is talking to you, and she's like, "Welcome to the world of Pokemon!" She shows you a Minchino as an example. Like, she'll you know, kind of like how, you know, in the original games, Professor Oak will throw out a Pokemon and is like, "This is a Pokemon!" That'd be like if somebody stood in front of you and brought out, like, a puppy right? And they're just like, this is an animal. And anyway, I took one look at this tiny little gray fuzzy Pokemon, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so mini, right? And I was still in high school at the time, and I don't know why, when I was trying to think of my alias, I thought of that moment, and I'm like, Mini Minccino sounds adorable. So I typed it in, except I made a typo. So, you know, instead of M-I-N-I, it ended up M-I-N-N-Y. But I thought that was cute too, so I was like, fuck it, I'm keeping it. So my my name is literally a typo that I love dearly. So thankfully it was that name was not taken, that specific spelling of it at least. And that became like my sort of YouTube handle, and then like pretty much my entire presence online from that point on revolved around Mini Minccino for years, actually. And I was in college at the time when I started the channel. I was taking general arts and science. Except I was really just, you know, there was a huge depression phase, because of course there was. And I needed like a little bit of an escape from things, and I'd been heavily inspired by a lot of YouTubers that I would watch back in the day. You know, the likes of Chugga Conroy. We are not diving into that drama, it was settled. But you know, Chugga Conroy, Good Times with Scar, hell, loads of other hermit crafters like Mumbo Jumbo and all of them. And all of them did, like, you know, Let's Plays of varying types. And I was like, I want to be able to do that too. Except, you know, at the time, I hadn't seen a lot of videos from blind gamers. You know? I knew they were out there, I just didn't see very much of it. And I was like, well, I can share my perspective as a blind gamer, and I think that would be really, really fun. And, you know, so it was a combination of me just having an outlet for myself and wanting to, you know, talk about, you know, me being blind and stuff, and also being just a weird person, just in general. And like, I think it worked out really well. And like, I genuinely didn't know that there were a lot of other, like a ton of other blind YouTubers out there. And thanks to some of my friends, I got introduced to a few people that were also YouTubers, and you know, people in my real life circles that I didn't know were YouTubers, which was really neat. It was really fun to find out. So I had a dream. I had a 2011 MacBook Pro at the time, which was already a few years old. A really, really, really god-awful microphone from Walmart. And, no idea how to edit videos. That's how I started. I literally learned how to edit videos on the fly. I had to use a program called ScreenFlow because that was the only way I could record anything on my Mac. And I remember I started out originally, my first video was actually not a Let's Play, despite my inspiration. It was a video of me and my sister. We were sitting in front of my Mac, eating Oreos, and then we heard, like, the Oreo song, the one that, like, Owl City did. Excuse me. Oh. I saw someone hop in briefly and then they left immediately. That's unfortunate. So... Sorry, I got distracted. Like I was saying, there was the Oreo song, and we literally sat there in our seats, eating Oreos, dancing to that song, and that was that video. It was not a good video. But it still exists to this day. Like, if you go back to my old channel, you can find it. It was not... But we did a few other... we did other vlogs, both on my channel and on her channel. And then eventually I was like, no, see, I really want to do Let's Plays, particularly Minecraft. And I eventually started doing that, and they were all awful. But then I was like, man, I'd like to share some of my other favorite games as well. So then I started Earthbound. And then, you know, it kind of went like that for a little while. There was a few other things that I'd started. I believe Pokemon Sapphire was one. I remember there was one episode I did.
Said that's a cool origin and yay for Let's Plays.
Yeah. I remember there was an episode of Pokemon Sapphire that I recorded after being awake for like 3 straight days. I was barely functioning. And unfortunately, a lot of those old videos don't really exist anymore. The only trace of them now is my 50 subscriber special from way back in the day, where I took clips from my old videos before they were kind of unfortunately lost to time. Slash me dropping a hard drive on the ground accidentally and fucking up all of my data. So there's just this one clip in this video where, like, you go from me sounding coherent to me just, like, talking to an NPC in Pokemon Sapphire who's like, oh, hey, if you see, like, berries on these bushes, like, feel free to take them, right? And it was just a completely coherent sentence that I was reading, but the only way I could voice it was, free fill, take them, stuff. And that, to this day, is probably my favorite thing I've ever said in a video.
Losing a hard drive that way is my worst nightmare.
Yeah. So back in 2018, right? I had to backtrack a little bit before that. So 2015 rolls around, right?
Said looks like I have a 10-year anniversary coming up next week too.
Oh hell yeah! Simon, you'll have to hop on and share your story as well if you're so inclined. That'd be very, very fun to hear. Because I don't think I've ever heard your origin story. Anyway, only if you want to. So, back in 2015, I went through, welcome in, leader. I see you in chat there. I see you in the, thing. It's weird that Reactive still shows you in here, but you're not on the stage at the moment. That's okay though. We'll just have you chilling there for the moment, and then we'll possibly bring you up in a moment. So I went through some shit back in 2015. I'm not going to get into what that is, for multiple reasons. One, it's personal IRL stuff. Two, I made peace with the main person involved. Took about a decade, but we made peace and we're chill. So I don't want to bring attention to any of that drama. But I went through some shit, and I opted to remove all those old videos, all those unfinished projects and stuff like that, because it was just really painful for me to look back on. So they got removed from my channel, and then when I made my comeback with Pokemon Crystal, you know, I started pretty much from scratch, with the exception of one Let's Play that I recorded with a friend. But I kept all of those old videos on a giant hard drive that I had. It was It was my first 1 terabyte drive. It looked like a book. So I kept all my stuff on that. And I was like, you know, maybe one day I'll look back on them when I'm feeling, you know, emotionally capable of doing that.
Dramatic herbalist. Said sorry to have to dip so soon, time for work though. Good luck on the rest of the stream.
Oh, that's okay. Thanks for coming by, though. I appreciate you. But yeah, so I had those old videos on that hard drive, and they were chilling there for a while. I had a bunch of stuff on that drive that I'm sad, that I lost. And fast forward to about 2018, I was living with, I was dating him at the time, but I was living with my ex, and, you know, some of you might know who he is. I doubt that there was anyone following me back then, actually. Or from back then, in the chat right now. But I do have videos of me, like, collabing with him, doing, like, Mario Kart and Pokken and stuff. But anyway, I was chilling in the living room. I had my laptop out there. My hard drive was chilling on the little end table beside me. And I went to move my laptop and set it down, forgetting that I was using my shorter cord for my hard drive for whatever reason. I don't know why I didn't use the longer cord. But I ended up yanking my hard drive off the table, and it just took a nasty tumble, and I was very, very sad. I genuinely cried. And unfortunately, all of those videos that I had on there were just completely gone. Completely gone.
Simon Uma.
So that sucked.
Said maybe I can share after dinner if still going. Tifa
Yeah.
might know something about my origin.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Like I said, it's only if you want to kind of thing, you know? I'm kind of like fast tracking it because I don't want to go into like every detail. But I'm trying to just give the important stuff, and then everyone can get around to their thing, and we can all talk about stuff or whatever. I don't really have a plan here, to be honest.
Aspen's score.
Aspen!
Said I would cry too. I'd be out of commission for the rest of the day if I lost my hard drive.
Yeah, I was not happy that day. I immediately... This is also back when I had a better relationship with my brother. You know, not that it's bad necessarily now, it's a little bit rough considering. But I'm not going to dive into that. Anyway, I immediately called him and I was like, I need help. My hard drive died. And he's like, wait, what happened? Right? So I tell him what happened. He's like, oh yeah, that thing's fucked. So he helped me find another option. And I still have that hard drive to this day. And I even got another one on top of that. So I still store my stuff on external hard drives. But those things are surprisingly stationary. They are both connected to my PC. They are very far away from the edge of the table, and even if they weren't, the table's against the wall, they are not falling through that gap. They are physically too big to. So they're safe, is the point. So, unless something happens, like unless there's like hardware failure, those things are kicking around for a long time. Anyway, I was pretty upset because it's like, no, all those videos that I worked so hard on and stuff, and, you know, I really, you know, despite the fact that most of them weren't on YouTube anymore, I still valued them quite highly because I'm like, that was my start. It would have been cool to be able to use that someday as like a look back or something like that. But sadly, no. The only remnants is that 50 subscribers special that was poorly edited and awkwardly recorded. So... and I remember making that video too. I was actually at Deb's house. Some of you know Deb. I was actually chilling at her place, and she was taking a nap. I was kind of just vibing, and I got a notification that I got a new subscriber, and I checked my channel and I was like, wait, that's 50, and I never thought I would get that far. I was just like, I wasn't doing it to get like famous or whatever, right? Like, I'm just like, if it happened, that'd be neat, but you know, definitely not my priority, and that's still the case to this day. But I didn't expect that I would hit 50 and stuff, and you know, here I am with 220 subs on that old channel still, somehow. And I think I hit 179 today on my YouTube, on my current channel, which is pretty sweet. So,
yeah. Aspen score.
You know, I feel like I'm doing I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I feel like I'm doing pretty good, but you know, that old channel, man, that was my life. That was absolutely my life, because then there was that point where I got the opportunity to join a Minecraft server, which I've talked extensively about on this channel, so I'm not going to dive into that drama. Needless to say, it didn't end particularly well, but it was great at the time, and I genuinely believe that that community saved my life. Because of course there was toxic relationship stuff, and I was genuinely considering some dark shit that I'm not going to dive into. But I had a lot of support, and that helped so much. I've made so many friends just making YouTube videos and streaming and stuff. And I even got back in touch with a ton of friends. When I finally got to leave my ex, I actually ended up sharing an apartment with my brother, which most of you know how that turned out. But one of the good things is that he actually informed me that my current roommate started streaming. And, you know, my roommate is someone that I had gone to school with, but, like, never really was in the same... I wasn't in the same grade and not really in the same social circle necessarily, so we didn't really hang out much. Like, we did get to work together on, like, music stuff back in the day and things like that, like, just with the school and stuff, but, you know, so we knew each other. We weren't, like, not friends, but, you know, I would hesitate, at least at the time, I would hesitate to call us good friends. But, you know, really nice guy still. So I found out, like, hey, he's streaming now. I'm gonna pop in and say hi, right? And I remember, I remember that first stream. The dude was chilling with another friend.
Said I probably hung out with him more.
Yeah, for sure. So I remember that first stream. He was chilling playing Ocarina of Time, except it was a randomizer. So, and he was chilling with another friend. And so they were just chilling, playing Ocarina of Time, talking about stuff. I hop in and I start dropping hints as to who I am, because I didn't want to come in and just be like, oh hey, I remember you from school, and being all like,
Simon Uma
I didn't want to go in there going like,
I watched that stream.
Yeah, except I didn't want to go in going, I know who you are, you know, because like they had, you know, there was, you know, this is before I started actively using Minnie as, you know, my name as well, so, you know, that wasn't my name at the time either, so I'm just like, okay, so how do I drop hints without, you know, coming off as, like, real creepy?
Said Minnie, sneaky, sneak. Also Minnie, hey, guess who I am?
Yeah, pretty much. I was trying to find that balance, right? So, I believe there was points where they started mentioning the school and dropping, you know, a little bit of info nuggets about that, and so over time, I think they pieced it together. They went on like a break, right? And I guess I dropped like that final hint. They come back and they're like, I think I know who you are now. And Jesse was like, so like you were, I was in a band with your brother? Because he didn't want to like dox me. So he's like, okay, how can I confirm that I know who you are, type of thing. And I was like, yes, you were in a band with my brother, multiple times in fact. And he's like, okay, yeah, no, I definitely. And then he's like, and you played bass, and I'm like, yeah. And so he's like, okay, I definitely know who you are now. And we've been buds ever since, and it's, you know, it was really fun because, you know, he really wanted to grow his stream, and I was like, let's share communities, you know what I'm saying? Let's share communities, and you know, it worked out for a while, you know? It worked out really, really well for a while. Both of our communities grew a lot. And that's when I really started to realize, like, the real power of community. Because, like, if you can get people behind you, you know, you can lift up your friends. I mean, you can do that on your own, but having those people behind you is amazing. Like, those genuine people that are like, we're all friends, let's support the friends, you know?
Simon Umar.
That is like my favorite thing about being a
Jesse
creator.
dragged you into our D&D community so we could meet again.
Yes.
B.
Yes, he did.
Said I'm just picturing him having the jbordy thinking music in the BG as he pieces the clues together. LOL.
Yeah, and like, he had me hop in voice chat during that stream too, and I was like, yeah, I'm sorry if that came off as creepy, because I was trying to like find the balance of like, how do I drop hints about who I am without, one, doxing myself, two, being really creepy and doxing you, and just... and he's like, no, that's fair. So it kind of worked out. And again, of course, there was like the issues with Unknown Empire starting to crop up and stuff like that, unfortunately. But again, I've talked extensively about how that turned out, unfortunately, so I'm not going to really get into all of that. But then came February 2021. This is the stuff that I was mentioning earlier that requires a trigger warning. I'm not going to give you full descriptions of what actually happened, but there is violence and abuse involved, so trigger warnings for that, I suppose. Take care of yourselves. Things between me and my brother, IRL, were not great. We were both in real bad places. Like, I was still recovering from being in a toxic relationship for the past 3 years, and he was in an awful place for his own reasons, and I think that the two bad energies just sort of, everything exploded. Everything exploded, and it came to a head one day. There was physical violence involved. Again, I won't describe
Simon
it.
Uma said I should go for dinner now anyway, so I'll pop back in later.
That's fair. That's fair. Enjoy your dinner, Simon. But yeah, all I will say about the incident is that there was physical violence involved, and I ended up living with my sisters for a while. And they were awesome. They took me in. I kind of think they got sick of me by the end, to be honest, because I wasn't able to find a place of my own, so I couldn't really leave. But
Tiff B.
That's a different.
Geez,
that's a different story.
I'm so sorry you went through that, bud.
Yeah, it was not great. So I was all like fucked up emotionally again for like a long time, and there was one time I got a call from my mom, who, at least based on my interpretation of that call, had an inkling that, you know, I wasn't straight because my brother had told her some stuff, you know, after she found out about what happened. And I was like, what the fuck? That's not okay. Um, you know, to this day, my brother says that he didn't actually tell her, but I don't really know what the truth of that actually is. I ultimately decided to drop it because I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, I don't think it matters too much. And the last time I talked to my brother about it, he knows that I'm skeptical of it. But again, I decided that ultimately wasn't important. I wasn't going to focus on finding out. But at the time, I freaked out. I freaked out. I was in a very, very anxious state. I was in an awful place. And I decided that for my own safety, that I needed to quit YouTube for a while. So I made a little video, and at the time I was doing a Let's Play of the original Paper Mario. But I basically, after I was done uploading those videos, I basically made a little announcement going like, I'm in a rough place. I need to quit YouTube. This is gonna be the last thing I upload on this channel. I'm really sorry. Stuff like that. But I wasn't actually intending to quit. It was just sort of a way to get, you know, my family off my scent while I rebranded. And, I mean, I did give myself a break from YouTube for a while, but then I decided I'm gonna create a new channel and switch my Twitch and stuff like that. Thankfully, I could keep my Twitch account. I just changed the name on it, which technically I guess I could have done that with YouTube, but, you know, my brother was like subscribed to it already and stuff like that, and I did not have the heart to change my name on it. So I opted to just create a completely new one that he wouldn't be able to find. And eventually, you know, several months later, after I was gifted this PC, because that was a thing that was going on in the background where my friends literally started a GoFundMe so that they could get me a PC so that I could use a computer that wasn't a 2015 MacBook Pro that was barely functioning. Yeah, my first live streams were on a 2015 MacBook Pro. Oh boy, those were the days, man. That shit was rough. Listen, it is possible to stream on a Mac. I don't recommend it. But it's possible. You can do it. You know? I need a drink. Give me a moment. Okay. So, yeah, I got this new PC, and I was like, what if I start the new channel, the rebrand, and everything, with just a sudden boost in quality, just because of all the cool stuff I could do now. So literally New Year's of, I believe it was 2021. Literally New Year's Eve, I started streaming. And it was my triumphant return after, you know, trauma and stuff. And I was still not okay at that point, but I wanted to start reclaiming bits of my life. Because during that time I completely shut down. And I'm still working on that to this day. I have not completely recovered from any of the things that I went through. And, you know, when I tell you that I sometimes have days where I can't function or sleep properly or whatever, a lot of it comes from that. You know? And it's rough some days. but I felt that I needed to start reclaiming my life and doing things for me. And all this happening alongside self-discovery, both emotionally and spiritually and, uh, you know, stuff like that. It was a lot. It was a lot. But you know, since that rebrand, which Jesse actually helped me with the name because I was struggling to think of a name, and he gave me a bunch of suggestions. I actually hated Minivolved at first, but it grew on me really quickly, and I was like, you know what? It actually makes sense, and it's different enough that unless someone knows what to look for, they aren't gonna really connect the two dots. And eventually I connected the dots anyway because I had to move out of my sister's place and unfortunately move back in with my parents, which my brother was living with them as well. So I'm like, well, if I'm gonna continue streaming and stuff, they're gonna hear that alias and stuff like at some point. So I was like, fuck it, at this point, you know, if I'm gonna be outed, I might as well out myself. At least I can do that on my own terms. So, you know, now all of that's like out in the open. I don't have to worry about my safety in that specific regard. You know, because I'm like, you ain't gonna fuck with me like that. And, thankfully that didn't seem to be the plan anyway. But I was like, if this is going to happen, it's gonna happen on my terms and not anyone else's type of thing. And that was definitely like a preemptive thing on my part. It was just kind of like, if I'm gonna be stuck in this shitty situation, I might as well just dive in. You know? And I carried on with, you know, a ton of stuff. Like all the Pokemon stuff. I believe I forget all of the games that I played. I know I attempted to do Undertale at one point. I think that was still under Mini Minchino? I think that was still under Mini Minchino. I should go back to that at some point, try to finish it. I don't know. Anyway. There was a point where people tried to revive the Unknown Empire. That didn't necessarily work out, unfortunately. And like, you know, I've just been kind of here ever since, doing my thing, and eventually I decided, because I was not always the purple-haired blind elf you see before you. I went through a couple of, I guess, iterations, because when I first launched Minivolved, I used a picture of my first ever D&D character as my avatar. And, you know, she had a whole, like, green aesthetic going on and stuff like that. So, like, if you look at all my early streams, it's all green. And then eventually I wanted to embrace the Ace Flag colors again. So I went with, you know, the purple, black, gray and white type of thing. Started tinkering around with potential designs on a VTuber app on my phone, and created the first version of what you see now, and it just sort of slowly changed a little bit as time went on. There was a PNG that I actually still use to this day, because my VTuber's tracking the motion from that PNG, so, you know, I don't have a webcam, because even if I did, I wouldn't be able to stay in frame. I need to be too close to everything to make it work, and that's not really great for VTubing. So, probably should have stayed a PNG tuber at that point, but I wanted an upgrade, and this was the upgrade. There's a few different versions though. I have one with an Ace Flag t-shirt and stuff like that, which, I don't know, maybe I'll bring back at some point. Or like try to recreate some variation of that or something. I had a hoodie. Excuse me, I had a hoodie at one point. I still have those models, so I could use them. But eventually I wanted to lean into the sort of fantasy aspect, hence my current outfit. And in broad strokes, that sort of eventually leads us to where we are now. Because of course there's also like joining communities like Blindcraft and the Gaming Spoonies and stuff like that. All great people, all amazing people, you know. Again, the power of community is amazing, and I don't know, it's been a ton of fun. But I think I'm done talking about me. Leader has been very patient in chat. I'm gonna see if... Yeah, we don't have... I'm gonna invite Leader up here. Allow requests from... Oh, I didn't toggle the thing. You have to toggle that? Allow requests from everyone, sure. I'm gonna invite Leader up here. If you oh, okay, yep, that works. That works. And yeah, we'll see what he's got to say. Oh, there we go. What's up, Leader? Oh. You should be able to be heard now. Leader? Alright, well,
That was on my end. Whoops.
Gotcha. Gotcha. What's up, dude?
Not much. Oh lord.
It's all good. It happens to the best of us.
Discord update screwed me over.
Yeah, no, I get that. I hate how it does that every time. It always like...
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I have my mic set as the default option instead of voice mod, yet every time it updates, it switches back to voice mod, and it's like, screw you, man.
Yeah.
I don't even use voice mod anymore. Sometimes I tinker around with it, but like, I don't even use it for stream anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, how's it going?
Not bad today. I was actually thinking about streaming a little today as well, but then I decided, might as well see what's going on in here.
Yeah. I don't know if you... I forget exactly. I know you've been chilling in there for a while. Sorry for keeping you there so long.
That's alright. That's alright.
But yeah, I just kind of figured I'd share, like, you know, kind of the broad strokes of how I got started type of thing. So, like...
Fair enough.
You know, if you'd like to, you're more than welcome to as well.
More than welcome to what, stream?
Share your sort of origin story.
Oh, share my story.
Yeah.
Basically I thought my origin story is literally just me trying to have fun.
Fair enough.
I do streaming and recording for fun. I don't do it for money.
Yeah.
So...
But it's like, how did you start? Like, what did you...
Oh, I started with a camcorder.
Oh, shit.
And then I was like, this camcorder was a piece of garbage. Then I got my first capture card, which used like a USB flash drive to keep all the stuff on it.
Oh, shit.
And then I eventually got my first Elgato capture card, and then I upgraded that.
I remember getting my first capture card.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, but... And now I have a lot of consoles and stuff I'm using to stream and record and all that, so... But mostly but I haven't really done much streaming or recording lately. I've been trying to just figure out what I want to do most on either Twitch or YouTube or
That's
both.
fair.
Because
It can be hard to. I always struggle
mhm,
like thinking about what I
yeah,
want to do next type of thing. That's
yeah,
also the big motivator for today because we just finished the Heart Gold Nuzlocke and I'm like, now what?
yeah,
You know?
yeah. I've been debating if I want to just stream. If I was gonna stream today, and if I do stream today, I mean, what do I stream? Do I stream Final Fantasy 14? Do I stream a PlayStation 2 game because I got a refurbished PlayStation 2? What do I
Ooh,
do?
that's a
Yeah,
classic.
yeah.
You could
I
really get in on the retro market doing that.
yeah.
I
I
know
play a lot of
several.
old school games.
If you did that, I know several people that would definitely be down for that.
What down from watching me play a PlayStation 2 game?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
cause
I also have a bunch of PlayStation 1 games too. That I
very
have to dig
nice.
out and find.
Yeah, cause I've got a friend that like he'll
Aspen
stream a
Gore
lot of like retro
said
games
it's been
and
really
stuff
cool
like
hearing
that.
about your journey. Sadly work wiped me out so I gotta go rest and recharge now. Have
That's
a good rest
fair.
of your stream and congrats on nearly 12 years.
Thank you so much, and thank you for
Yep.
chilling. I appreciate you.
Yep.
Um, I
Yeah.
was gonna say something else, and my brain just completely.
Yeah, we were talking about the retro PlayStation 2 stuff.
Right. Yeah, cause like I've got friends that you know, they like to stream a lot of like random retro stuff or like
Yep.
modded versions of retro stuff. It's very fun. Um,
Yeah.
so like if you did that, I would definitely try to send them your way if they happen to be free when you stream.
Yep. I just stream. Most of the time I stream, it will be between what time is it? Like 4:30 and onward. I don't stream for very long usually,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
when I do end up streaming, I try to go for at least an hour or two.
That's fair. I'm insane and I go for like 2 or 3 because I'm crazy and I have no
Yeah.
life, but like
Yeah.
an hour is still a decent length of time for streams, you know?
Yeah. Fair.
The one thing that does bother me about streaming, like, is a lot of people seem to think you have to go for like hours upon hours upon hours, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Said I'm gonna attempt to join in on the mic, so here's hoping it works.
for sure, no worries.
Ooh.
Um,
Yeah.
but I'm like, listen, if you're in a position where you can't for either time reasons or disability reasons or whatever, don't
Mhm.
push yourself more than you should. Like, you know,
Yeah.
don't
No,
fuck yourself up
agreed.
is the thing. Give me a second. I'm gonna get Tifa up here.
Yep. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something to eat, or at least snack on.
Yeah, no worries. Let me figure out how do I get you? Oh, there's the button right at the top. Here we go. There we go.
Is this on?
You are on. You are being heard.
Yay!
Huzzah! What's up, Tifa?
Not much. Zailing, maybe?
Yeah. Fair enough. I know. I mean, unless I'm wrong, I know that like you don't necessarily. I know you have a YouTube channel. I know you don't necessarily create content yourself. I know you do a lot with Simon though.
I do. ages past, I used to do like all sorts of different AMVs, mostly for an anime I used to watch called Beyblade. Shout out to all the early 2000 kids there.
Fuck yes! Ah, dude, Beyblade was the shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I remember when I first got into that. I was chilling at my cousin's place, and we were hanging out in the basement because that's where we would, hang out and watch TV and stuff.
Oh wow.
And he was very excited about this show that was coming on. And I'm like, what the hell is a Beyblade? And he's like, you'll find out. And it was me, my brother, and my cousin. And I hear that theme song come in. The English theme song. The
Beyblade!
Fuck yeah, dude. That shit.
Is like, as soon as you hit the first few notes of the guitar, you're like, I'm there. That's
Yeah!
right there.
That theme song still gets me pumped up. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I'll just look up that theme song because I think it's so fucking cool.
What theme song?
The original Beyblade theme
The
song.
English dub.
For,
The English dub theme.
For what?
For Beyblade.
The
Beyblade.
original Beyblade.
Oh, I've never seen that. I have to.
That show has not aged the best, but holy shit, at the time it was iconic.
It's even funny when you realise that the guy who voiced Ray was in the film Mean Girls.
That is actually wild to think of. Ray was one of my favorite characters.
There's only one thing I say about this. She doesn't even go here!
Dude, I fucking loved Beyblade. That was so much fun.
Simon found his old YouTube channel as well.
Oh, very cool.
Ryuzaki Hibari. Of course, he doesn't use it anymore because he's got his current channel now, but wow, that takes me back.
That's crazy. I didn't even know he had an older channel.
Yeah, I can link it to you if you want.
That's crazy.
See if I can follow it.
All the origins are coming out.
Yep.
Like, that is wild. Because, like, I mean, I know a lot of people end up with multiple YouTube channels, especially for all kinds of reasons, right?
Oh, yeah.
The reason I ended up with 2 sucks, but ultimately I'm glad I'm at where I'm at, so,
Mm-hmm.
It really, as bad as the situation I was in was, it really could have been a lot worse. Doesn't make it okay, but, at least from a physical perspective, I wasn't hurt too bad, so.
Said Simon's older YT channel if anybody wants to see his origins.
Oh, I might have to... Oh, right, it doesn't let you post links, I don't think.
No worries. But yeah, it's under the Ryuzaki Hiwatari, which is basically, I think the first half's from Death Note?
Sounds about right.
That's L's nickname, isn't it?
Yeah.
I watched it when it was years ago.
Death Note was great. I've actually been rewatching that lately. So, like, as soon as you said Ryuzaki, I'm like, okay, that is absolutely Death Note.
Yeah, Simon's a nerd.
100%.
Are we all in this age?
Listen, we're all nerds here.
Yeah. My channel really got started back in 2009. And mostly set up after the news of Michael Jackson's death, and I wanted to comment about it. But then I got to like make some AMVs. I don't really make much AMVs as I normally do now because obviously too much time consuming.
Yeah.
My most recent videos was a fan dub of one of the Brave Soul scenes with Simon.
Oh right, I remember seeing. So I don't think I ended up watching that, but I remember seeing something about that.
Yeah, we basically did 2 different versions where I did Uryu, he was Ryuken, and on his one he's Ryuken, well I'm Ryuken and he's Uryu.
Gotcha.
It was a lot of fun.
Well,
We might
role
make some more dubs
reversal.
Yeah, we might make some more fan dubs in the future, so we'll see.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. As for what I'm working on, at some point I have to edit down a video that Tifa, Simon, and I made.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I really love that, you know, Simon's been able to reach out and just collab with people and do
Yeah.
all kinds
Yeah.
of fun stuff. Because I remember when we started Let's Playing Danganronpa, we're still doing. It's been over a year and we're still playing that game.
Yeah.
Good game.
It
Good
is.
game.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
I remember when we started, I was originally going to stream it, and then I was like, I don't know, maybe I won't be able to handle it with all the dialogue, so it might be better to do it in chunks. And Simon was like, oh, I'll do it with you. And I'm like, oh, that'd be awesome. And then we decided to record it. And I remember he asked me if it was okay to put it up on his channel instead of mine, because he's like, I've really been wanting to revive it. And I think that would be really cool, because that series is near and dear to my heart. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Why not? Right?
Yeah.
I have been watching it. Oof, fourth case of that game.
Yeah.
That hit me so hard when I've heard explain like, no, that's my favorite girl. Why did this
Honest-
happen?
Right? No, because that fucked me up, dude.
Yeah.
That fucked me. It just fucking Monokuma, dude. Like, I know he's an
Yeah.
insidious bastard. I knew he was an insidious fuck the whole time. But holy crap.
Every time I see that there, all I can think of is that film. The guy goes, "Boo this man! Boo!"
Oh Lord.
I feel like I need to. I feel like I
Boo
need
this
to
man.
add. I feel like I need to add the SpongeBob, the "Boo you stink" line, to like my soundboard at some point.
Brother, This
Oh,
Boo, you stink!
stinks.
I know it sucks, but oh well.
Yeah. But like, so eventually Simon started talking about, you know, wanting to do certain things, and I was like,
Mhm.
because he started doing, I guess, his Bleach videos, and I'm like, I think it'd be really cool if you could, you know, collab with Tifa and stuff, because like, I don't know, it'd be really neat. Just the
It's
idea
funny
of that.
you should say that.
Yeah.
We have been doing that stuff like that.
Yeah, because I mentioned it to him, and he's like, well, I don't really have a way to record Discord and stuff. I'm like, bro, I got you. You and me, we're gonna set up OBS. And he's like, I mean, eventually. I'm like, no, we're doing this. We're doing this. I'm getting you going, buddy.
Bless.
Because
Bless your art.
if there's anything I love to do, is fucking get people started.
Mhm.
Even if it is just encouraging. I'm like, no, listen. Because he's like, well, it's kind of hard to figure out and stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna walk you through this shit, my guy. Because I am not gonna let you hold yourself back. Let's go, bud.
Yeah.
Simon is in his room, just like, maybe I should stream. Minnie kicks down the door, Big Bird style.
Yeah. It's like, I've been wanting to do, like, it'd be cool to do collabs and stuff. Let's make it fucking happen, buddy.
Yeah.
And then, sure enough, after I help him set it up, sure enough, like a week-ish later, there's a video with you in it, and I'm like, that is the coolest thing ever. I love this. And then he's
Yeah.
like branched out to do his own thing, and I'm like, I am so fucking proud of this dude.
Yeah.
Our little boy's all grown up.
They grow up so fast.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
It's like we're at the point where he's got his own community now. He's got his own
Yeah.
Discord and everything, and I'm like, this dude is kicking so
Yeah.
much ass right now. I
Yep.
fucking love it.
Yeah.
And like, again, power of community and shit. Like,
Mhm.
I've seen a lot of creators, like, you know, punch down sometimes and stuff, or gatekeep, and listen, I'm not gonna do that. I don't like doing that. I think it's
Yeah.
really dumb. If it's something that anyone should be able to do, why gatekeep that knowledge? Why, like,
Yeah.
why?
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, fuck it, bud, I'm gonna help you out.
Yep.
Which is one thing I love about the Gaming Spoonies, because there's a section of that community that's, like, designated for, you know, the creators. And we've been doing like these creator workshops where we're sharing knowledge and info with each other on how to improve our content and stuff like that in a variety of ways. And I'm like, and that's awesome. Part of me's been tempted to do that with this community, but I feel like a lot of people here, and this is not a shot against anybody, but I feel like a lot of people here are just like sort of passively taking stuff in, which is valid. But that does make engaging with the community a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
You know, at least beyond like a handful of people. You know.
Yeah.
There's like the active like 5 or 10, which is awesome, you know, and then there's the rest who I appreciate just as much, but are, you know, just kind of chilling in the background, just vibing, you know.
Yep.
That's fair.
So it's like, I want to make stuff. I want to make stuff for the community. I want to get y'all involved with more stuff, but like sometimes I'll post things and I'm like, okay, I get like 2 or 3 people responding to it, which again, great, love that, appreciate that. But I'm also like, man, I'd love to get like more input on this, and like I get like nothing for like a while, and I'm like, man. So it's like I still don't know if this is like a thing to do, because I don't really want to make a decision based on like the minority. I'd rather do a majority decision, but you know, at this point I'm just working with what I get.
Yeah.
You know, because like I don't want to force people to respond. That would be kind of shitty.
Yep.
I'm just like, listen, I want to give y'all the space to like vibe or whatever, and if me like getting up your ass about responding is not that, then that's like, yeah, no. Because I wouldn't appreciate that if I was in a community and somebody did that, I wouldn't appreciate it, you know?
Yeah, same.
But, you know, sorry, I'm rambling.
Yep.
I'm just keeping Simon posted on what we're talking about.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I know he was... I know he's still chowing down on food stuff, so he's gonna be a little bit... I gotta figure out what I'm gonna make for dinner, speaking of. I guess it kind of worked out that I ended up starting late. It sucks that I did.
Yeah.
Because, like, I get kind of annoyed when, like, people say, oh, I'll be here at this time, and then they're not there at that time, so I'm just, like, annoyed at myself. But I only moved it earlier because I was, at the time, I was like, oh, shit, I got D&D.
Yeah, and then D&D Master got sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope he feels
Yeah.
better.
Because I've been looking forward to the next game we're gonna do.
Honestly,
Kitties!
I want the kitty one shot. We'll have to tell you guys about that later.
Your kitchen sounds like an absolute menace to society, and I'm here for it.
Listen, she wasn't intended to be a thief, but like apparently this is what happens. Everything just sort of went sideways.
It's gonna be sad at the bar going, another day, just like, like that, drowning his tourist in milk. I'm too tired for this.
Yeah, I was gonna say yours is just gonna be done. Yours is just gonna be absolutely done with everything.
Sounds like fun.
Like if anyone's gonna
ever, Mug, he just looks tired as hell.
If anyone is gonna beat the shit out of my kitty character, it's gonna be yours.
Or just put her in the timeout column. Now stay there and think about what you did. Then I don't regret anything. Stay there.
Like her response would literally just be like looking at you and just there's this one TikTok that I saw where somebody was calling their cat out for chewing on their plant. The cat just looks at them and then like dramatically howls like a wolf, but instead of just like a wolf howl, it's just like meow. So it's literally just her going meow.
I'm more thinking one that goes, normalize you not touching my charger. Bad.
Yes. That is absolutely yes.
Yep. Oh lord.
Listen, I have an appreciation for cute cat videos. Okay,
I don't blame you.
there's a reason.
That's coming from a guy that used to hate cats.
There's a reason cats took over the internet. Let's be honest.
To be honest,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Ice is like that meme of the guy that goes, "Your mom looks like a dog." Slap.
Oh lordy.
Okay.
That's how he's gonna be when host Luna is like, "I stole all this stuff." Bap. Normalize you not stealing all this stuff. Steals money. Stop.
Oh lord.
I am very excited for that. So the idea is that we're gonna do a one shot based on the Tressum that we adopted.
Mm-hmm.
So like we basically created a whole homebrew thing where the Tressum are now just fully playable characters. So we're basically these tiny flying kitties are just going to be having an adventure, and mine is an arcane trickster rogue / glamour bard, and she is an absolute goddamn menace, and I am very excited for it. That
My cat, on the other
campaign,
hand,
yeah, go for it.
my cat is gonna be a monk / druid. More specifically, for the monk side, he's warrior of the elements.
Mhm.
For the druid, he's circle of the land. He
Okay.
used Ray of Frost as one of his cantrips. Because he's going to be personification of I'm a fire in my legs.
You literally just gave him ice beam.
Yeah, I did basically. Ice, use ice beam. But my name is Ice. Just do it.
Use your beam, damn it. Amazing.
I'm excited to see how Simon's cat goes because he's just gonna be like, I've had enough of you, sis. Just why are you the way that you are?
Yeah, the great thing about all these Tressum is they're all siblings.
Oh.
Yes, Ice is. I think he's supposed to be the oldest of them.
Yes.
From what Bobby said.
Ice is the oldest. I believe Luna is the youngest.
And an absolute chaos gremlin personified.
Yes, she takes after her father.
Oh,
nice.
Except she's kinda worse.
Worse.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Listen, you have a thief that has a mage hand that looks like a little paw, but she can make it invisible.
Oh.
So she can turn herself invisible.
No.
Oh,
She's very, very stealthy.
no. Yeah, bad.
Oh lord, I can just picture Simon's character Dusty and her having a sneak off.
Yes. Holy shit.
You think you're sneaky, Dusty? I am sneak personified. And Nice is just watching them like, why are you the way that you are?
Um,
Callie coming to find him's like, you okay, buddy? How much time have you got?
Yeah, so basically the idea is that our main characters ended up adopting a bunch of cats because my character was gonna get a familiar, and everyone just loved all the other cats.
Uh-oh.
So
That
our
sounds
DM was like, sure, fuck it, everybody gets a cat.
No, nice.
It was like, you get a
Here's the
Tressum,
thing.
you get a Tressum, everybody gets a Tressum.
Here's the thing, Callie wasn't originally going to get a Tressum, but she just gave in when she saw how sweet Ice was. Like,
I think that
it looks
was
like
I think that's how it happened for everybody. Everybody just saw them and they were like, "Aww."
look at the little kitties.
Yep.
Nice is like, I'm going with you guys because I'm gonna keep an eye on these idiots because I don't trust them not to get in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Horoshi's probably the most well-behaved one because he's very like his owner, responsible,
Yep.
Yep.
and that's saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the session when we got the Tressum though, because mine was off in the corner, just isolated by herself, and everybody else was chilling together. And you know, my character Talia picks her up and is like just instant connection. Turns out Luna was isolated in the corner because she got caught stealing. So, and of course,
I remember that.
Of course, all the Tressum know that. Talia does not.
Oh boy.
So, Talia is just witnessing this tiny little furball just taking shit from people. And I was like, why are you the way that you are? Meanwhile, all the Tressum are like, yep, classic Luna.
She saw the halo, she just didn't see the tiny little devil horns that were propping up the halo.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm sure when Simon brings him his other character, he's just gonna adopt Luna as his own. Like, she's my daughter now.
Yep.
I already know, based on our, like, other roleplay, like, I already know that Talia is gonna hate that other character.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
She is not going to be a fan. It'll be fun. I'm excited we got way off the rails here.
Yeah, I was about
We
to
really,
say.
really did. I'm sorry. But you know, it's fine. I would love That's one thing that I would absolutely love to do is make D&D content.
Yeah, same here.
I
It'd be
would
fun.
love that so much. That, you know,
Yeah.
and like I like to record my sessions and stuff, but you know, a lot of people aren't really down with, you know, posting them, which is valid. So, you know, I don't, because I'm in another campaign, like I'm in 3, right?
Mhm.
Tifa's in 2
Oh,
of them
gosh.
that I'm in, but the third one,
Yeah.
I actively record the sessions, and
Mm.
I put them on my channel, just because they won't fit on Google Drive anymore, but due to, you know, preferences and such, it was requested that I keep them private.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like,
Gotcha.
that's fair. They're only on YouTube because I can't really put them anywhere else, so they're all privated and stuff like that. So nobody can go and watch them, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I would, you know, I'm not gonna violate that trust/consent.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know,
That's fair.
Yeah, I'd be down to do that with anybody that up for recording, and yeah.
yeah, it just be a lot of fun. I feel
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yep.
and like,
We got into one of our campaigns. We literally just passed the 1-year anniversary of it. We're planning to do a little chat about it when we get time.
yeah, and we've
Alright.
been recording that one too, and we're planning on posting that, but DM hasn't gotten around to the editing of that. I'm not gonna lie, it's driving me insane.
Yeah.
Like, I get why he's not doing it yet, type of thing, but I'm also like, dude, just put content out
Pull
there.
that
Just
trigger already.
Yeah.
because like, to be fair, from what he's told me, he's like, I'm waiting for art for like my channel banner and other stuff so that I can start doing other things. And I'm like, that's cool and everything, don't get me wrong, but also you have everything you need for the D&D stuff. I personally,
Yep.
if I was to give any advice to anyone starting up a channel, don't worry about the aesthetics right off the bat. If you don't
Yeah.
have exactly what you want right away, that's okay. When I started Minivolved, I literally used a picture of my first D&D character. The aesthetic was completely different than what it is now, type of thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was not at all what I wanted. And sometimes you gotta go through those growing pains, and I think that's okay. So, like, don't get caught up in all the small details. If you want to make content, make stuff. Don't worry about these. Just make stuff.
Be true.
Yep.
And like that's the thing that like I keep wanting to tell our DM because I'm like, bro, just do it. Just do the stuff. Because like I don't care if a channel has a banner. If it's got fun stuff on it, I'll subscribe anyway. You know?
Yeah.
But again, that's just me.
Yep.
You know, so like I'm you know, I'm just letting him do his thing because like
Yeah.
obviously forcing it's not gonna really that's gonna be super toxic, and I'm like, let's not be toxic.
Yeah.
Let's not be toxic
Oh.
if I can help it, you know.
Yep.
So I'm just like, all right, you know, said my piece, we're good. Let's just you know, but eventually we'll post it,
Yeah.
and it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, we are a year into those recordings, and it is actually kind of insane that it's been a year.
Yeah.
Not many episodes in a year so far, but we're there nonetheless.
Listen, life
Yep.
happens, you know?
Yeah.
Life
Yeah.
happens, and
Will say I've been having a lot of fun playing it.
yeah,
Because I was very apprehensive about joining a D&D group because I'm not going to be too good at it. What if I mess up? Blah, blah, blah.
that's always the fear.
Yep.
That's always
Now
the
that I'm
fear.
used to it, I'm like, I've got this.
Yeah, and you, I mean, to be fair, you were kicking ass right from the start, so. But that's
It also
always the
helps
fear
that I
with
know
D&D.
it also helps that I know some of the lore about the world that we're using for it, so
Yeah, yeah.
there's that.
Yep.
I
I
mean,
just hope I don't die.
Yeah. Yep.
Most I can do, trip on my face, fall into lava, the end.
oh
That's
no.
Yep. Yep.
It's funny that, because I think that actually did happen in one of the Critical Role episodes.
Oh no.
One
Oh
person said,
no.
He died as he lived. You blood a fucking dumbass.
I literally just had a flashback to one of my earliest Minecraft streams on this channel, where I was wandering through a cave. I have a clip of it as well. Like if you look at my clips, it's one of my earlier clips where I'm like in a cave. I kill
no.
a skeleton and I'm wandering around, and I didn't see the edge, so I just walk right off the edge, and I was like,
Whoa!
I killed a skeleton, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm really like I'm good at this or whatever, and I was joking about it because I really wasn't that good at it. But then I'm just like, I've got, and then I realized that I'm free falling toward this mine shaft, and I splat and die, and I'm like, it's like I've got skills, and halfway through skill I die, and it's like never mind.
I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, it's like I've got skill. Never mind.
I got it. I don't got it.
It was a
That
genuine.
sounds like me when I was doing Castlevania Aria of Sorrows for the first
Yeah,
time.
I couldn't do anything
On
but laugh. It was a
stream.
good time.
Yeah. I really should be doing Aria of Sorrow again at some point.
Or the paraphrase for Critical Role, it's fine. We're gods, as she transforms into a goldfish and takes over 300 points of damage, killing her outright on rocks.
Holy shit!
Uh-oh. What?
You know what? This brings
What?
up a question in my mind, right?
Yeah.
Out of all of the things you've made, you know, as a creator,
Yeah.
so like, what is your favorite thing? Right, out of all the stuff, like, out of all the streams you've done, out of all the videos you've made, hell, even out of all the pictures you've drawn, or whatever it is that you do, you know? And this
Okay, I
goes
have a
for
few-
everybody that might still be in chat, assuming we didn't lose you with all
Yeah.
the D&D talk.
Yep. I have a few things, and one of them isn't related to, well, to YouTube or anything, but
Mhm.
well, the first thing is a stream I did Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX.
Oh hell yeah, I did that too. That was fun.
In that stream, I found apparently there's some of the strong foes that they added can be shiny.
Yes.
In that stream I found a shiny Pokemon, and I could not recruit it because I didn't have the
Oh
friend bow.
no!
I had to kill the
Oh
damn thing.
no!
And, like,
No!
I was literally screaming into the mic. That's
Oh.
my favorite, and that's one
Gamer
of the
rage.
yeah, I was pissed off and all that.
My
but-
soul is wounded for you.
yeah, because you can't recruit the strong foes without the friend bow, and I was like,
Yeah.
seriously? I was pissed off.
Yeah.
And,
No, that's pain right there.
Yep, and content, I don't know if this is considered content creation, but I'm writing a book.
Yeah, I'd say that
Oh,
counts.
Very cool.
You're making
Yep.
something.
Yep, I'm making a book with two of my good friends in my server.
Oh, very cool.
Very cool indeed.
Yep, and it's I can't say too much about it, but it's gonna be fun to see
What-
how
What type of
Genre?
story? Yeah.
super. I could say that it's basically a superhero trying to save the multiverse from demons and stuff like that.
Oh, very cool.
Or at least that's one of the main villains is the Demon King of Chaos. So,
Gotcha.
but
That
it's-
sounds
it's
fun.
yeah. Some of the characters are damaged,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially the main character's little brother. Man, he's been through a lot of shit.
You know, there's that. I don't know. I don't think that this is universally true, but like a lot of people say,
Mhm.
you can't have a good character without trauma.
Yeah,
I
especially
don't entirely agree with that statement, but
me neither.
I mean, you do need to have conflict in your story, to be fair.
Yeah, and this is the first book I'm fun fact about this book. This is like the third or fourth time me trying to write the dang thing.
Hmm.
I've been trying to write this since middle school.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's like a thing that you've really been invested in
Yeah.
for a while.
Yep, and I was about ready to. Once I hit high school, I was like, man, I don't know if it's gonna come out and be published. And then my other friend, let me see if he's. My other friend, he called. I'll just say his actual name, Duncan. He heard me thinking about getting it published, and he and my other friend Clay were like literally jump started me in trying to get this thing done.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
Yeah.
When it's when it's ready, you'll have to share it with us because that sounds
Yeah.
super interesting.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm actually looking for proofreaders
Gotcha.
for the first two parts of the book because I separated it into three separate documents, and I need some people that like to read and know, like, and can give me some criticism of some criticism.
Gotcha.
So if anybody in the voice chat is willing to do that, I'd be down for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how effective I'd be, but I'd be down to give it a shot.
Yeah. All right.
I am
Yeah.
very much a sucker for a good story, so
Yep. Well, part of it's gonna be like the first two parts are like really quick because I was just trying to get stuff written down on a page.
Yeah.
and but now the third part, which was the one we're actually working on. Um, let me see here. I should have it pulled up. Has like in the document it has 42 pages right now.
Okay.
The other one, part 2, has 28 pages in the document, and then part 1 has 22 pages in the document.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Okay. I mean,
But
it definitely sounds like you've done quite a bit of work on it. So.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my friends all we have our own like Google Drive folder that we put all the stuff we work on that we are working on for this project into. So
Makes sense. It's a like
yeah,
that's a good way to like keep everything in one place.
yeah, yeah. I just need some people to proofread the. I don't know what proofreading is, to be honest, but like,
It's
or
basically
at least
just getting someone to read it over to like help
give.
spot any, mistakes you might have made that you missed or something like that. Just to
Yeah,
basically get a second pair of eyes on it to like
yeah,
to help polish it
get
off.
yeah. Once we get to once we yeah, but I'm willing to have people that like to read and are willing to give us feedback on what we are doing, on feedback and all that
Yeah,
on that, because that project is it's a brainchild of mine. I've been wanting to do this since I was like 7.
for sure.
So if you can, but I'd have to get permission from the owner of the document, Duncan,
Yeah.
to see if he's up for. I mean, some people that are willing to give us more people that are willing to give us some more eyes and give us what they think, give us some things that could help us out.
Yeah, I mean definitely chat with him and stuff, and if he's cool
Yeah.
with it, hit me up.
Yep. Tifa's been. Would Tifa be down for that?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Oh, okay. That's good to hear. Because I've been, I'll probably I'll let them know that we might have some people that are willing to look it over and tell us stuff about it. We also have, as I said before, I have my own Discord server, so I might have to invite at least
Yeah, I mean, we
mini
can.
involved
Yeah, we can work out the details of that. Like, once you've.
once I get confirmation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I also have one of my cousins working on this project too.
Oh, very
Once
nice.
once he gets free, because he's both him and his wife are teacher, or at least one of them is an English teacher, and the other
Gotcha.
one is going to getting his doctorate for like schoolwork and stuff like that. So
Oh, fancy.
yep. But yeah, I'll let you two know once I hear back from him, and then I can.
No, no worries.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. But let's see. It's getting close to dinner time, for me at least.
That's fair.
Yeah, no worries.
Who knows, I might just bring it back up and eat it while we chat about stuff.
I will definitely leave that up to you, my guy.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, I'm been trying to get, like, information on what stuff needs to be fleshed out and all that. So
Yeah, yeah.
because because I had one person from another server tried to do that, and like he didn't seem kind of. To me, he was kind of rude about it, but then again, I can't tell. But because I didn't, due to my disability, I have a hard time understanding what people are trying to tell me.
Right.
So, yeah,
Gotcha.
but either way, I'll to let you know if you once I get back from hear back from him, I'll let you guys know, and
Yeah, no
hopefully,
worries. Just take all
yep,
the time you
Nice.
need, you know?
yep, all
Yeah.
right, all right. I'm gonna go. I might be back on if you're still going,
Sure.
but I'm gonna go get dinner now.
I'm gonna
Nice.
keep going at least long enough for at the very least long enough for Simon to get back and share his side of things if he still wants to.
Yeah.
Yep, you can also let Simon know about this project and
Yeah, for sure.
see what if he's
Definitely.
up for being a proofreader.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Talk to y'all later.
See you later.
Later, dude.
Yep.
And then it was just us.
Indeed. I'm thinking, right? Because I'm like I feel old. You know?
That escalated quickly.
No, it did. It did. Because I'm sitting here going like I love what I've been able to do.
Yeah.
And I love being able to I love like even though I'm still a very like small creator in terms of you know how many like followers and stuff I have and stuff, like I'm still a small creator, but like I still love being able to like I don't know, at least try to lift people up and stuff. Like I don't know, it's cool, shit's cool, and having that avenue to express myself and talk about all kinds of shit, not even just accessibility, because that's a huge focus for me, but like at the same time I'm like I still want to have fun.
Yeah. That's fair.
And this is very much my attempt to get myself back on track, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, hearing stuff like that, like hearing about stuff like that book and stuff, and it's like a friend of mine is doing that. That's really neat. Which is kind of like how I felt about like Jesse's music as well.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm doing this thing that I've been wanting to do for like a really long time, and I'm like, that's fucking awesome. And I mean, he was cool enough to let me use it on stream, and I'm like, I am gonna play the hell out of that. And you know, it's just genuinely good times, you know?
You're essentially the character of Bleach. I think he's called Masked de Masculine. He's basically got this little sidekick of sorts called James, who tends to boost him up by cheering him on, going like, "You can do it, superstar!" Simon will know
Listen,
what I mean when we
listen,
get
I
time.
will happily be the hype squad for my friends.
You just picture a tiny little chibi mini in the background, holding little tiny glow sticks, going, "Somebody!"
Yeah. It's just like a little tiny me going, woo, fuck yeah!
While little Luna's just sneaking around the corner, like, "That's mine, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine,
Yep.
that's also mine."
Yeah. I don't know. It's just cool.
Yeah. I think what my favorite thing I've ever done so far, I'm gonna have to say doing all like the Quincy Chronicles stuff with Simon, because it has been a lot of fun talking about Bleach.
Yeah, I believe that entirely. Like, I admit I haven't really watched them just because like I still feel very burnt out on Bleach personally, which is unfortunate. I think it's unfortunate, genuinely.
Yeah. I get that.
So I'm like,
unfortunately, most of the episodes there are pretty much like anime-only story and doesn't really slot in with the original story.
I mean, I can't really interact with the original story anyway, so that doesn't necessarily matter to me.
Yeah.
It's so long.
Fair.
And like, you know, so I haven't been watching them because I'm like, if I do decide to go back to the series, you know, I don't want to be like entirely spoiled or anything, so. Which is unfortunate because I'm like, I want to support the dude, but I don't want to, you know.
Yeah. Some episodes just, like, I wouldn't be too upset if they just completely skip them out altogether.
Mm.
And like, game Brave Souls tends to adapt the anime fillers as like what they call side stories. So
Gotcha.
Not part of the main story, but they're still playable nonetheless.
I mean, that's still cool.
Yeah. We've been trying to save up orbs just in case the new characters come in for the characters we like.
Makes
Ryu
sense,
doesn't
yeah.
get many characters. I mean, he's one of the main characters, but he's not really as popular as Ichigo or Hime. Hell, even his dad Ryukin only gets like 2 units overall. I'm like, justice for Ryukin! He's an ass for both, son, but we still like him nonetheless. We accept his rights and his wrongs. We don't put up with him though, but we accept his wrongs.
Damn right. I'm really happy that, like, you know, Simon's been able to play that game, like, just
to be honest,
in general, and also
more
just to make videos on it.
Yeah, he's definitely grown in confidence, I think.
He really has. And like, I feel like at least for me, that's like, if making content, like making videos and streaming and stuff has done for me, it's definitely confidence building.
Yeah, definitely.
And I love to see that in my friends as well. Because like I feel like Simon's come such a long way.
Yeah.
In such a short amount of time. Like, the dude is fucking killing it, you know?
He is. To be honest, I'm really excited to see you two get onto Danganronpa 2 because I think that's probably my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah. I was talking to him about, you know, our future attempts at Danganronpa, and I'm like, listen, I'm gonna be honest, bud. We're gonna stream it next time because the editing, as much as I don't mind doing the editing, it takes a long time, and I want to do like a bunch of other stuff, and you know, so I'm like, listen, we'll stream it. I will send you the VODs. You can put them up on your channel. I have no issue with that.
Yeah.
You know,
to be honest, I'm actually half tempted to ask if I can join in because I see you two acting out the character like, I wish I was doing that too.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
I would personally love that. I think that'd be cool. Yeah. We just you know, we just need to pick a time and day that's good for, you know, all of us, obviously, and then just fucking
obviously work permitting, days off I get.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be fun.
Also, there's bits of the game that Simon's worried I might not be able to actually play, so having somebody with eyeballs that work would be helpful.
Yay! Wait, does that mean I'm your guide dog now? Woof. So well.
Holy shit.
If it's any help, I have been helping out Simon with Rebirth of Souls, because
today
we did a Uryu side story that was pretty difficult for him to nail. Like, okay, you've got this. I was basically hyping him up, saying like, you can do this, I believe in you, you can do this. It's like, I'm gonna have to take several attempts, like, you've got this. And what do you know? Because I told him when to do the attack, we did it on the first try.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he was quite loud in his excitement about it. He wasn't sure if his mum picked it up on it. I heard a tiny bit of like a squeal or a squeak on the mic, like, is he okay? He's just happy.
I love that so much. I love that so much.
He actually sent me over the clip of the battle in question, so I can rewatch it.
Nice.
And holy shit, Steve Prince was killing it in it.
Steve is just awesome. To be fair,
He is awesome.
I will forever keep that picture, that signed picture of Golden Frieza on my wall.
Filthy monkey.
I still love that, like, because it was such an obscure dub, right?
I honestly had no idea he even did Frieza.
Yeah,
Until you told me.
because it's an obscure dub of the show, right? Like you know, it's not like the one you'd hear from like Funimation or whatever. It's like that's the one that everybody knows. But there were other dubs of Dragon Ball Super apparently.
Yeah.
And I found that dub. I had to, you know, sail the seven seas a little bit and look on some sketchy websites, but I found it and watched it, and it was
Wow.
an experience, you know. I think that, you know, the Funimation dub is overall better, but it was still a good time.
Steve was probably the one guiding light in that dub then.
I mean, there were a few highlights for sure. He was absolutely one of them. I love, like, because his take on Frieza, he leans more, because, like, I don't remember the name of Frieza's, like, current voice actor.
I think
I don't recall his name at the
Mill?
moment.
I am.
But
Yeah,
he's
David
really
Mills, I
good.
think, is the voice actor for Frieza
Yeah.
at the moment.
He's really good at nailing Frieza's, like, snooty, arrogant, like,
Yes,
attitude.
He was actually it says he was actually an understudy of Christopher Ayres as well, so I'm not surprised he nailed Frieza.
Yeah. Steve, on the other hand, is really good at tapping into Frieza's, like, anger, especially toward Saiyans.
Why am I not surprised? It just reminds me of Uryu's anger towards the Soul Reapers.
Yeah, like, he's really good at tapping into that. So, like, I love that it's, like, such a different... It's a different take on the same thing, but, like, you know, it still works extremely well, I find. But that's
Right.
that's a discussion for another day, I guess. But you know, good times. I just love that, you know, Simon's really been able to grow as both a person and as a creator. It's just amazing to see. I'm proud of our boy.
Yeah.
I don't think I answered my own question though from earlier. Oh, there's the ad break. I don't know if I answered my own question from earlier about, like, you know, what my favorite thing that I've created was. And, like, I feel like that's a really, really difficult thing to answer. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Unknown Empire Season 2, like, the entirety of it.
Oh.
The videos themselves are rough, but and while Unknown Empire on its own ended in what can be described as disaster on multiple fronts, that community and that series saved my life, and I put my heart and soul into it, and you know, that's not something that you can forget, you know.
Gotcha.
And to be fair, season 2, UE season 2 was peak, so that was peak UE. I'll be honest. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, Tifa, you might have. The old floating island base that I had in Minecraft,
Right.
that was from that series.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you haven't seen it, I'd be more than happy to give you a tour after stream. if it's not too late for you.
Come with me, and you'll see an island of your imagination.
No, honestly, it is. It is. That world, and that sort of base. Just that was my home. That was more my home than my actual apartment at the time was. Which is depressing, but you know, shit was rough for a while. You know. I don't really know. Does anybody in chat? I know there's a few of you still around. Do any of you in chat happen to have any questions about creation, like creating content, or just sort of any thoughts that you might want to share or something like that? It's okay if not. I just figured it'd be worth asking. Probably should have asked not during the ad break, now that I look at the thing. Oh no, the ad break is over, never mind.
Oh wait, the ad break's already gone.
That tells you how observant I am. Cause like, I don't know, I'm just trying to think because there's, I do... Again, I mentioned the gaming, or the creator workshops with the gaming spoonies. And, like, what we've done, essentially, and it's just been kind of shared just with our group, basically, but we've split it up into different sections. So
Gotcha.
each workshop covers, like, a different thing. Like, day one was, you know, stream setup and, you know, audio. Right, and then day two, I believe, was like tackling like assets and stuff like that, and I believe the next one's gonna be thumbnails. But the person in charge asked me if I was willing to do one on like engagement and stuff because they've decided that they really like the vibe that I've got going on with my streams, and I'm like, I don't know that I'm the person to ask, to be honest, but like,
Simon Umar
I will try.
said hi, I'm
Simon's
back.
back.
Simon! Welcome in! We were talking about you quite a bit, actually. All good
Say
things.
his name and he appears.
All good things, we've been hyping you up. If you would like, you are free to join us on the
Simon
on the stage.
Said I heard, should I come join you?
If you would
Do
like,
it.
you are more than welcome to.
As they say in Star Wars, do it.
I'll probably have to let you up on here, but yeah. You know where we're at. It would actually be cool to hear your side of stuff, because we've been talking you up for quite a while.
Yeah.
Alright, I see him. I'm gonna
You
let him
can
in.
do it, superstar!
Invite. There we go.
Hey!
I've invited him.
Okay.
Hey, there he is.
Hey!
Oh,
Hello?
Hello!
there we go. What's up, Simon?
Oh, not
Simon's
much.
in the
Just eating.
house.
Hi.
The man, the myth, the legend. Hang on a second. I need to hit a button. Hold up. Hold up. I should have a button for Tifa as well, but I do not, unfortunately.
Oh,
Hold
thank
on.
you.
Hold on. I need to hit a button.
Uh-oh.
You know, I
You
could probably
rock.
grab Tifa myself.
There it is.
Go check out at Simon Oma on YouTube. He's
Yeah,
pretty rad.
the problem is like posting links is a little weird. Tifa should have been able to though. Did it? Wait,
Yeah,
did I
did try to
actually?
link Simon's old one, but Simon's old channel, but it didn't say like the whole link.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Did I not mod
I found my
you?
old channel.
I don't think I
don't
actually
think so.
modded
Oh.
you.
I'll give a Tifa link.
Aw, thank you.
I
I'd
should.
have to find it first.
I need to fix that because you're a mod on my Discord. You should be modding Twitch as well. Yeah,
Oh,
I
Tifa
didn't.
got mod status? Yay!
Yeah,
Hey!
and I
With
Did
great power
not.
comes great
Yeah, you're definitely
responsibility.
not modded. Hang on.
Yeah, for sure.
How do I give? Oh shit! What did I do? I hit a button.
Oh no.
What did I do?
Not the buttons.
Help!
Not
You're
the
lost
button,
in buttons.
not the gumdrop button.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
You know the Muffin Man.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
It's
The
kinda
Muffin
spooky how you
Man?
got
The Muffin
the
Man.
Muffin Man. Yes, I know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane.
Oh my goodness! It is not letting me type out the
leader speak.
command.
Leader's requesting to speak.
Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to look at stuff and it's not letting me. Let me let him back in here.
Technical difficulties, please hold.
Welcome back,
There we
leader.
Hello,
Hello,
Greetings.
hello, hello. Again.
hello. Yep,
Let me see if I can.
We have
Uh,
a Simon.
yep,
indeed.
yep, I see.
Let me see if
Yes,
I can.
I'm here too.
Yep, I can tell.
Let me see. Let's see if it'll let me do this, because I'm trying to give Tifa the mod powers that she should have had this whole time.
Yeah.
Min evolved. Said at TifTifB.
Oh, dude, what the fuck? No.
No.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
boy.
What the hell, dude? Why can I not? I'm trying to do the command and it's not letting me, and it should.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Bang, cherries everywhere.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Min evolved. Said at TifTifB.
What the fuck?
Oh no. This thing hates you, doesn't it?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm leaving that there because at this point, why? Can I do it the other hard way? Because what the
That's
fuck?
being stubborn. Tifa, what link do you want me to share?
You can share my Diva Femrio 9 channel if you want.
YouTube one?
Yeah, YouTube
Alright,
one.
I will figure that out later, I guess, because what the fuck?
Alrighty, here we go.
I'm sorry, Tifa.
So that sounds okay.
It's okay. These things happen.
Yep.
Anyway, there's Tifa's YouTube channel. Go check her out.
Huzzah!
We have one of our fan dubs over on there.
Yes, we were talking
Also,
about that
really
earlier.
about that.
Yep.
Speaking of fan dubs, we were talking about Danganronpa 2 a little while ago.
Nice. Also, why not just post my channel too?
I already shouted you out.
Okay.
So I'm giving an extra bit of an ego boost there.
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking you up for like the past little bit, my dude.
Hyping you up.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
Simon's on seeing hype managers now.
Yeah, I mean, Tifa knows where my
Simon
head's been
Umar.
at today.
Said at Sosimon.
Yeah, I was talking about the fight earlier.
That, and I got a new cosplay ordered since, you know, I've been getting in more into using like cosplay for my content creation as well.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I got a real Kokichi.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Oh, can I do... Hold on. Can I give Tifa mod powers this way? I think I did it! You should have a sword now, Tifa.
Let me see. Minibold had to use a moderator of this channel.
Huzzah!
I have power now.
You do.
Yep.
Don't let go of your head.
True. Don't let it go to your head.
Me? Become power hungry? Never.
Yeah. Ugh.
I don't have many moderators. It would be nice to have a few more, but
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
Anyways.
In honor of Tifa being a moderator.
Simon, since you're here though, would you be down to share your origin story?
Oh, origin. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of the origin story, let me go grab that other link I was looking at that Tifa was trying to share for me.
Simon's villain origin. I mean,
Since if we're gonna talk about villain story, I might as well show the dead origin again.
Yeah, because like Tifa mentioned you had like an older channel. I'm like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that
And
was
I
like
got-
back like closer to when like Tifa and I met.
And I got
so,
very
you know.
excited.
and when I saw how old some of the videos are, like, holy crap! We've been
When
friends
I
for
saw
a
the
long time.
sub count on there, I was like, holy crap! Why can't my other channel be this?
How many
Yeah.
subs do you have? On that one?
232.
Oh shit!
Damn!
You have more than my old
Yep.
channel. That's awesome.
I have more than my current channel.
I'm just gonna check how many.
And there's only 10 videos on it. There's only 10 videos on here.
Wow. Oh wow! I literally have 201 on my one, and I've only got like
Oh.
17 videos on there.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Congrats,
just-
Tifa.
The one I subbed on to your channel.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
All the friends subbing.
Yeah. This is what I was saying. Power community, hype up the squad, man.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Simon's old channel. I just did like 10 AMVs on here because I used to do anime music videos.
Very nice.
They are a pain in the ass to edit though, so I, stopped doing that.
Yeah. There it is.
Went by Ryuzaki Hiwatari back then, so it was like a combination of...
You could be Ryuzaki. It actually doesn't look like the name for Nishida. Now that I think about it.
It does sound like one, yeah. It was a combination of that name from Death Note that L used as an alias, and
Yes.
Hiwatari being Kai Hiwatari's surname from Beyblade.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were talking about Beyblade earlier.
Yeah.
Yes. Beyblade was fun.
Yeah, so I started getting into making anime music videos. I don't exactly remember how I got started into doing them, but I did eventually.
Yeah.
Like back when, it was 2008 that I started that channel, so I think I'd graduated from school by then.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I was like doing stuff on like DeviantArt and fanfiction.net, and then I made music videos. I did I think one of the last ones on there was like a commission request from one of Tifa and another one of our old DeviantArt friends. Had me do a commission request on there.
Very
one of the
cool.
last videos I did. And then started getting into Avatar, so I did one there for Azula. That's the only one that's not Beyblade.
Nice.
That was a cool video. That's pretty much what got me into Skillet, I think.
Thank you. Yes, I like Skillet a lot. They're cool. I don't really listen to a lot of Christian rock, but they're a pretty cool band.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not really religious myself, but I've got no problem with people expressing their faith as long as they don't use it to hurt people.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the current political situation in America, but that's another whole thing altogether.
Yeah.
I'm not Christian either, but I like the music, and it doesn't really sound like Christian music anyway, so it's, the kind of rock, pop, punk kind of stuff that I like listening to.
Yeah,
Um,
ultimately, if the music's good, who cares what faith you've got going on?
True.
If you're making good
Yeah.
stuff,
Totally.
you're making good stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, I started doing that, I guess it was a long time ago, closer to when Tifa and I first met.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So she's probably a little more aware of that channel.
Yep.
Then it looks like I started my current one in 2014.
Mm.
And with that one, I started getting into wanting to do the Let's Plays myself. So I started with one of my favorite games, Dragon Quest IV. And did some Ace Attorneys on there, and yeah.
Ooh. I remember you saying you're doing Ace Attorney.
Yes,
That's
I
actually one of the games
have.
I want to do at some point with you guys.
Oh, we
'Cause I
could try
love
doing
Toad
it.
Series.
I love it too. I mean, we could talk about doing that one together if I can get it set up like we're doing with Rebirth of Souls, because that would actually be pretty fun.
I
Yeah,
have
never
been
actually
I have been
experienced Ace
thinking
Attorney, so.
I have been thinking, right? Because I do need to come up with something new to replace the Nuzlocke since that's been finished.
Yeah, and Paper Mario will be finishing soon too.
Very soon,
Yeah.
Oh
yes.
my god.
I
Just gonna do
need
the
I
voice.
need new material, right? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still not entirely sure if I want to tackle Phoenix Wright yet, but it's not off the table.
Well, I mean, if you had like the three of us helping you out, like Tifa's really great with the reading and acting, it'd probably go smoother.
It probably
Yeah.
would.
As long as I get to play Mia Fey. Dibs on Mia Fey. That's
Okay.
all I'll say. She's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Sure.
Okay.
I never actually played a Phoenix Wright game. I've
Dibs
heard
on
of
Edgeworth.
them.
Simon,
Uh,
you can play whoever the fuck you want.
Now that I think about it, isn't Edgeworth kind of like Ryuken, don't you think, Simon?
Yes, and Uru. He's my favorite. Come on.
Yep.
And like, yeah, because I have it on Switch, so I'm, I was thinking about getting it on PC to make it a little bit easier, but
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah, I'd probably have to do it on PC if I was gonna, do it myself with you guys.
Yeah.
On my end, like
Yeah.
I'm doing Rebirth of Souls. So I'd have to actually record my mic for it. But yeah, I did the first 3 games I have full Let's Plays of, as well as the first Miles Edgeworth game. The full games, they're all on there under my dead name, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they exist, and it's cool that you made them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of work that went into them. So I did that for a while, then I got out of it because of trigger bad story stuff that's kind of similar to what Min went through. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
took a
yeah.
break from that for a while and got back into it. Just like last year basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
With all the Bleach content and our Danganronpa
I was
Let's
just-
Play, which
yeah.
is loads of fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just saying to Min that I'm amazed at how confident you've gotten over the last year or so.
100%.
Thank you.
Comfortable.
Yes, Ursa was
Mhm.
saying that as well, that he was congratulating me how confident I've gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because, like, I mean, I said it earlier, but, like, you came such a long way in such a short amount of time.
Absolutely.
And
Well, you all know Steve has been a huge part of that.
yes, but,
Yeah.
like, the fact is, like, you still made that progress, and, like, we're
Indeed.
fucking proud of you for it, mate.
Oh, thank you so much. And Ursa was a huge help too, with all the helping me train and get back into shape and be healthy again, and
Sure.
not depressed.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I'm glad that you've been able to, to do that for yourself and stuff.
Yep.
Thank you.
Just
It has been
you've
a pretty
killing
fun
it.
year. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
has. In more
Yep.
ways than one, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like
Oh,
I
totally.
still remember a point where you were super shy, which is valid. Because yeah. And
Yeah.
like and it's like now you're just like you're the same dude, but also a completely different person.
Yeah, I mean, the dude thing has been a huge help too. Like,
Yeah,
really more
yeah,
like
yeah.
grounding myself as well.
100%.
It's like, I know you were mentioning like that first live stream of like your roommates you hopped onto before. Like, I was watching that, but I was pretty like quiet and lurking and stuff. And
Yeah,
then like
yeah.
another one that they were doing that was like Pokemon and stuff. I was going to join them for it, but like I don't know, something happened that like maybe like one of the others who was joining was like just like there's like some miscommunication or something, and like I wasn't really able to join, and I got kind of upset about it. So like, that stuff doesn't exactly happen anymore. I'm more like
Yeah.
open about hanging out with people now, and not really like super upset about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's like times have definitely changed, and I feel like a lot of us are in much better places, and I love that, you know?
Yes. We totally have.
I was saying to Minnie that when she was doing that thing when she was lurking, she was going sneaky, 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 sneaky.
Saw that.
Yeah.
I was here for that.
Yep.
That's a D&D joke with my character Dusty.
It's a good joke.
It is.
Dusty, whenever he sees Luna, our battle will be legendary.
Yep.
Yeah, what happened with that? Dusty actually rolled super well to steal back our like mascot character, and so to do it, he was just going up to these guys, and then he did sneaky, 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 and everybody like loved it. I just randomly did that.
It's the original Chaos Gremlin, and I'm here.
Because it was funny as shit, dude.
Well, I know Rob really likes the Hall of the Mountain King song, and I think I had like also just gone and seen it live at that point. So
Gotcha. No, it was a
like,
great.
in my head.
It was a good moment. It was a good moment for sure.
But yeah, growth all around for everybody. Kind of like that cool tarot reading you did this week.
Yeah. I love that I've been able to do those. And like I wasn't originally going to make videos on it and stuff, and like I'm still probably not, like, as far as making content out of the readings, because like I'll make videos for them, as in like it's just an easier way for me to do it. But like I don't really have any intention to like put them up on YouTube or anything, but like I'd be lying if I said I haven't at least thought about it. But
Cool.
like,
Yeah, that is content creation too. Like I like watching tarot readers myself.
yeah, and like part of me is a little bit intimidated to do it, right? Because I'm like, man, I feel like I'm still so new at it. But like, I don't know. And like, I want to just make it for the community, so I just post it in the Discord. And it's like, this is for you guys exclusively.
Yeah.
So if you want a weekly card reading-ish, it's not an individual reading, it's like an overall for the 100 plus people in my Discord kind of thing. But join the Discord, I guess, for that.
Join the Discord. We have cookies.
That is totally fair, but sometimes with like the intimidating stuff, you kind of just have to jump in and hope for the best, like I've been doing all this year.
100%.
AKA how many dragged you onto recording stuff?
That too.
100%.
Speaking of the Discord,
I've already got it.
there is a link. Oh, okay. Well, double link.
Yep.
I need to let my mods do their job.
Tifa, you can do the link stuff now too. That you have power.
You can.
Fools. You fools.
There's actually in the admin chat, Tifa, there's actually a list of commands that you can use.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a list in admin chat.
Yeah. I mean, Simon and Tifa are the only ones that can access it, but it is there.
Yeah. Isn't Ursa a mod too?
Ursa, no.
Or is it
Jasper is.
That's it.
I haven't heard from him in a while. I should probably check in.
First rule of Mod Club: don't talk about Mod Club.
If there's anything I love about being able to make my own content, it's like sharing the behind the scenes. I just think it's really fun too. Just like, it's not just like a peek behind the curtain. It's like, here's how I did the thing,
Pay no attention to the men behind the curtain.
Oh, pay all the
Yeah,
attention.
totally.
Pay all the attention, because that's all you get.
Yeah.
That's all there is. Sorry, don't mind me just shoving orange pop into my face.
Relatable.
Yep.
So Tifa told you about my win today, where I was doing this Uryu story, like new content, and
Yes.
You
I
pretty
didn't
much
think-
all like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna need to do it more times. I'm like, you've got this. You can do this.
I'm like, we're gonna be at this like all day. Like, I'm not gonna get it because it was like a special objective thing, and we got it at the end of my first try.
Nice.
It was so
It's all
good.
about the timing, baby. All
Hell
about
yeah.
the timing.
Tifa tells me the timing, which helps, but I squealed.
Yep.
I
It is tiny little-
feel
Oh
like
my
that
God,
would
like,
be like the most
what the heck?
adorable sound.
I so squealed it. I guess it didn't come over Discord well. It didn't record either.
If I heard you,
Yeah.
it was like a tiny little,
Yep.
like a tiny little mouse.
That's so wholesome.
I
I
was just like-
love
I
it.
reckon.
I was just like, yay, we did it, but a lot higher pitched than that.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. I love that a
Rest
lot,
assured,
I'm not
just
gonna
put
lie
Uri
to
in
you.
front of Simon and be like, I'll do it.
Basically, yeah, since that was kind of how I started playing that in the first place. Since, like, yeah, I haven't played anything on a PC in, like, over 10 years. Like, since,
Yeah.
what was the last thing I played? Dragon Age, maybe? Or Knights of the Old Republic 2 for, like, one of my brother's Steam accounts or something. I do have a little bit of South Park Stick of Truth on my channel, which was played on the PC, so that was probably like one of the last games.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I haven't played a PC game, and then I found out that Bleach Brave Souls was coming out. Maybe I could play it. Potential of playing it with a certain someone. I'm like, yes, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try and play a game on the computer now that, like, I'm more healthy. My fibromyalgia won't kick my ass if I stay at the computer too long.
Yeah.
I can do it. And I did.
Yep.
Very nice.
And I've been having so much fun with Bleach.
Yeah.
Except for when we're on chapter 3 and the color is so bright.
I feel
yeah,
that.
we're gonna cut that out of the videos.
We were
There's gonna be a lot of cuts.
I was basically like that guy in the SpongeBob movie that yells, "My eyes!" every time I saw it.
Yeah.
I feel...
Yeah, Minnie, this brightness is so bad it even hurt Tifa.
Yeah, that's...
Uh-oh.
I know.
Holy shit, okay. Damn.
It's bad.
I was so happy to see it be a green color for the chapter after, like, oh, my eyes can rest now.
I
Yeah,
know, like, I just
yikes.
couldn't look at it at all. Like, I had to close my eyes.
Is there
What
no
about
way to
Zelda?
adjust brightness in that?
I don't know. I don't think so, as far as I know.
That's
I
unfortunate.
don't.
Wait.
No. Like, I made the setting. I messed around with the settings before I played to like get them to where it would work for me, and no, there wasn't any brightness settings. In
That's
the game.
unfortunate.
Yes.
I mean, you could probably change computer
Yeah.
brightness and stuff, but I need mine at a certain level.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that one loading screen is just for the whole of chapter 3 of the Visored arc. It's just awful.
Yeah.
So
But on the
bad.
other hand, it was worth having to endure just to get that moment of Uri with the kitties.
They're
Yep.
so cute.
It was so adorable. We were
Cutest
pretty
thing
much
I've
like,
ever seen.
we
Yep.
were just like, nope, we're done. Goodbye. we can play end the game now. We're done.
Yep.
Yep.
Of course,
Yeah,
the
we've been
thing,
doing good
the
with
thing
all
to
our-
do you in is the cute kitty cutscene.
Oh, it was adorable. And
Big
it
cute.
made me want to make a cat for my character in D&D.
Indeed.
That's basically why Quincy, Simon's character, has a cat now.
Yep.
Yep.
Ah.
That scene will come out eventually on my channel, but I'm only posting the the Rebirth of Souls videos once a week, so that one will be quite a ways
Yeah.
out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because chapter 2 is long, and that's in chapter 3.
Yep.
But yeah, we've been doing good with our Bleach discussions and fan dubs as well, and we even roped another friend in to join us.
Yes, we
Very
did.
cool.
I will not say the name because they are shy, but, you know, some of you may know who I'm referring to.
Yep.
I do.
Yep.
And out of respect them, I'll keep them anonymous.
Fair enough.
Same here.
That's totally valid. But also just awesome that like
Yeah.
I was saying this earlier again, I love that you're like expanding into your own thing, and it's great. It's great to see.
Oh,
You could argue. You could say he's becoming a supreme leader. Am I right, Simon?
Haha!
Indeed, I am. Or a Quincy.
Yep.
Supreme Quincy Overlord. Oh wait, that's Yuha Baha, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, you can depose him.
Well, Ryu is his successor.
Alrighty. How long have we been going? It's been a little bit. It's 10 after 7. Okay.
3 hours.
It's just over 2.5, actually.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Because I started late. Because I'm a sleepy dumbass.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yep.
I did that to you before too. It was one of our Paper Mario days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, fuck, man. I'm just cause if we still had D&D today and this happened, I would have been like, fuck it, we're doing it tomorrow. Because
Yeah.
Fuck
I
it, we
don't.
roll.
Yeah, because so I don't like to stream 2 days in a row and stuff, but I also don't like to rush before D&D. And the Wednesday timing is always a little bit tight.
Yeah.
So,
That's understandable.
you know. Cuz I'm like, I need to give
You just
myself
gotta do.
I need to give
Tip
myself
50.
time.
Said if anybody has any questions for us on making any content, feel free to hit us up in the comments.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Oh,
that.
good idea.
Drill
Thanks,
to
Diva.
heavens. Said
Oh,
howdy
hey,
ho.
Drill.
Drill! Welcome in, my
Hey.
dude.
Go.
Hello.
How you doing today, mate?
Yeah.
I
Just
was
seeing all these people talking like, oh god, there's 4 of them, I'm out.
Look at all the people Simon has been able to pull from his new community that he started just
Drill to the
on
heavens.
Christmas.
Said
but here
tired
to
but here
vibe.
to vibe.
Mood.
Yeah, fair enough. Cuz like
Vibing works.
yeah. Vibing is all good. We've been chatting about like our origin stories as content creators and stuff. So if you have like
Yep.
questions about anything or
Yeah.
you know, stories you want to share about your favorite creators or kind of whatever, feel
Yeah.
free, you know,
Yep.
if you are so inclined. You know,
Like legit kind of surprised that starting my own little community up on Christmas is like, you know, gotten all you guys to come and join me, and I've been able to drag you everywhere, like over here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like Tifa, Leader, our other friends.
Yep.
heck yeah. We share community and we do the things and it's a good time.
Yeah. Content creation is fun.
It
Yep.
really is. And like I don't know. It's done a lot for me cuz like I was saying earlier, I started it because I needed an escape because depression sucks. And I also just got inspired because I'm like, again, at the time, I didn't see a lot of blind creators out there. I knew they existed, but I didn't see many. And I'm like, I feel like I have a unique perspective to share and stuff like that. And, you know, while that is still a very big focus for me, I also like just providing a space where people can just sort of vibe and not worry about being judged for who they are or whatever. Like, I think that's just as
Yeah.
important. And it's also just
Cool.
fun. It's
Totally.
just straight up fun.
Yeah.
Apparently, I was a content creator back then when you started, just making the music videos.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you don't really have to, like, that's the thing, is like, you don't have to do a lot of fancy stuff to, like, be a content creator. You just gotta make stuff,
You're true.
Yeah,
you know?
that is true.
Yep.
Let's face it, when I started my channel, it was pretty much a way to just watch other videos, comment on stuff I liked.
Yep.
Then I got into making like videos of my own. I was like, oh, this is actually quite fun.
Yeah.
So I did different bits and bobs here and there. Fell off of wagon for about, I think the last video I uploaded before the Fandom Adult was about 7 or so years ago.
Mm.
That's
yeah,
fair.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think the most views I've got is like just like an overlap of like Beyblade clips over. I think it was a Lion King clip with "They Call Me Mr. Pig."
Oh, Pumbaa. Yep.
Yep. I used Kai and Ray for that one.
Nice.
Nice. I have a Kai and Ray video too. Like we basically
Nice.
became friends over like Beyblade. That was what we started with.
We really only met on DeviantArt, and then we did some role plays of
No,
characters
we
of our own
didn't.
together. Oh no, we didn't really.
I met you before that. I actually when I used to play Sims 2, I like did like looked into like the mod stuff, and I actually found your mods of your Beyblade
Oh,
OC
God.
Lily and Tyson and Kai and Ray.
Oh god, that's a long way to go. I don't even know if that site's still up anymore.
I don't think it is, but I knew it was
Yeah.
you because like I saw Lily there, and then like I saw your fix about her. I'm like, oh, I actually know this person.
Yay!
Sort of.
That's awesome.
They actually re-released Sims 2 again, but I don't think they're gonna be doing like mods and stuff because I don't want to touch anything that's gonna break the game.
Yeah.
Which is I wonder because some of the patches they did broke some of the stuff as well.
I mean, I
Yeah.
totally use that like those like Uri Ryukin mods you showed me, but I don't want to break the game.
There. Someone actually did mod Uryu to have like Ryukin's hair and suit, and you
That's
tell
cool.
it's like a Frankenstein kind of thing. Like you know they're trying to do Ryukin, but you can tell it's just a modded version of Uryu
Yeah.
because the hair is all wrong. It just looks wrong.
Aww.
Yeah.
Why you gotta do my baby like that, sirs or madam, whoever you are?
Yeah, that's how kind of how we met, though. Also through fanfiction.net and DeviantArt and stuff. Through like our other friend that we don't talk to her as much anymore. She doesn't. She's more quieter. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know if you still talk to her or not, but I don't really. Very busy.
Yep.
Like real life stuff. But yeah, we should put more of the fan dubs on your channel. Maybe the next one we're
Yeah.
working on.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing that, to showing off that one.
I need to get working more on that soon. I did start it. Those take a very long time to edit.
I believe it.
Yeah.
They're fun though.
Yep.
That's why I was saying when we get if we get around to doing the other Danganronpas, that's why I was like, we're gonna live stream those because editing is hard, man.
It
Fair
is.
enough.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Also-
I totally feel you now that I'm doing my own editing for
Yeah,
all the Bleach stuff.
because I'm
Yeah.
like, because
Sounds
I
like
mean, I'm gonna
bodies.
edit this. I'm gonna edit this down for the Misfits Haven and stuff a little bit, but like,
Fair.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know how much I'm
Yeah.
gonna do. I'm gonna still decide. I was thinking about it because I'm like, you know, there's been times we've gone off off topic a little bit and stuff, but I'm also like,
Yeah.
do I really want to do it? I'm gonna decide. I haven't made the decision yet. You'll know when you're seeing this, I guess.
This thing is raw and unfiltered.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I don't mind doing the editing for Danganronpa, but I'm also like, man, I need to keep up with the other stuff that I need to do, and the Danganronpa ones take the longest by far, just because of all the audio tweaking.
That's fair.
that makes sense.
You know, whereas I don't have to do that as much with mine, and so also I just make shorter videos when I do get around to them.
Yep.
So you know, so I'm just
Being
like, you know
VR.
what, I'm gonna stream them. Simon will send you the VODs. You can edit them if you want.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You
I
know.
can do that.
Speaking of which, I've actually been really impressed of how you two have been doing the voices and all that. Especially you, Minnie, doing Sakura.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised that like
You absolutely nailed her voice.
Oh yeah, that's great. You're great at Sakura.
I
It was a very
That's the
intense
outfit.
episode.
oh dude,
Thank you.
Sakura soccer broke my heart. I don't really fancy myself a voice actor or anything. Like, I have an interest in it, but I don't, like, I'm not great at it type of thing. But
Me neither, but that was.
I do
Yeah.
my best.
Yep.
Simon nailed Byakuya's mannerisms.
Thank
No,
you.
100%.
I think I. Sorry.
Mostly because he just reminds me of Ryukin.
Yeah.
Bleach.
I
Yeah.
think I
kind of
do
vibe.
use. I think I do use my Ryukin voice for Byakuya, ironically, which is kind of funny.
Simon, you make Byakuya that much more punchable.
Thank you. That means I'm doing well. That's the point.
I love that your
You
response
made
is
it,
just,
Byakuya.
aw,
You make me wanna
thanks.
punch him.
I love
Yeah, I
that.
actually have a lot of fun voice acting. That's kind of what made me start doing Let's Plays with Ace Attorney in the first place, because I want to kind of dabble in the voice acting kind of thing. Or
Oh,
dubbing.
sure. For
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, Tifa was actually proposing joining us for Danganronpa 2 and stuff.
Oh, I'd
Is there a
totally
free
love to have
package?
Tika.
And
Yeah.
so
Nagito's mine.
apparently
And
I have
Kimiko.
apparently I have a visual novel squad now, so I will take that with
Yeah.
you know.
Ooh, huh?
Visual novel
Maybe-
squad away!
Maybe we could have one of your other viewers who had showed interest in it before as well, if they'd want to join again.
Possibly,
Visual
yeah.
Visual novel double powers activate!
Nagito and Fuyuhiko are mine.
Yeah, and like I figure if we do it on stream, it's kind of okay if we end up dicking around for a while.
Yeah.
Because
And
with
Tifa could
multiple people, that's inevitably going to happen.
probably.
Yeah.
And Tifa could definitely help with the really hard visual, like that you need to react to quickly stuff,
Yes.
like she
So-
does for me in the Rebirth of Souls objectives.
Yep.
Again, working eyeballs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless it's a really bright color, and like, you're on your own.
Yeah. That's valid.
No, it's just like a virtual, like bluey, greeny color. It's fine.
It is a little bit neon. It's kind of
Oh,
got
you're gonna
that
love
like
the web
neon
puzzles, I'm
aesthetic.
Danganronpa 2.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
I'm-
talking about. Is like that has a bit of a neon aesthetic, and it's like, okay, yeah.
I'm referring to
TV3, on
the-
other hand.
V3 is just
I'm referring to the
wild.
logic dive. They're like really hard to see and react to, so it'd be good to have help with that, probably.
Mm,
Logic dive sucks. I hate it so much.
yeah.
Logic, boo this game mechanic. Boo!
Yeah.
Yeah, the
At least
V3.
V3's version is better.
It's because like I remember you had me tackle one of the trials in V3.
We did case
Just
4.
to- yeah.
Where Kokichi has fun.
Yeah, because
Oh,
like
No.
when Simon came to visit like last year, God, I can't believe it's been a year.
Almost, yeah.
Just
Oh,
about.
gosh.
Yeah, you know, he brought. He's like, you're gonna try V3, and I'm like, okay.
You
So
need
we
to see
just,
Kokichi.
yeah, we just like, you know, we just plug that shit in. We're just sitting here in my room, just playing Danganronpa, and just
Yep.
the fucking vaporwave shit shows up with the. I believe that was the logic dive as well,
Logic dive is not in V3.
or the equivalent to it, I guess.
Psyche Taxi.
That's it, yeah. It's like, that's all like vapor wavy, and I was just, that's a cool aesthetic. It's weird and random, but it's cool.
Yeah.
It's like, why is this the aesthetic? But I'm also not mad at it, so whatevs.
Yeah, you seem to have a rough time with the armament thingy, the music battle, the rhythm game thing at the end.
Drill to the heaven.
Yeah,
Said Psyche Taxi is most random one. Logic
really
Dive is the
is.
funniest.
Logic dive is hard. It's really hard to see.
yeah, I mean, you know, we'll see when we get there. I'm sure, you know, I'm just like, I don't know, maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe I'm underestimating it. Who knows?
Who knows, indeed.
And like I say, I call dibs on Chiaki. She's
Okay.
my favorite of the girls, so DR2.
Okay.
Of course
She's
you
a
do.
gamer like me! I actually have a figure of her too.
Yeah, we'll have to
Oh,
go
yes, you
through.
do.
We'll have to do what me and Simon did when we started Danganronpa, which was like to go through all of the characters and decide who gets what role ahead of time.
Yeah. Though we did change that up halfway through, but
Drill
it's
Yes,
working
but
out.
we still.
Yeah, I
Said
did
you
wait
know.
see you
everyone,
changed
I've
voices
got
for
the
Aoi.
answer. I just need to shred some sick NAR in my imagination to reach it.
But yeah, no. Me and Simon when we did Danganronpa, like we did change it up as characters started, dying and
Yeah.
whatever. But like we
Yeah.
had a whole breakdown. Like this is who voices who, and then it started to get a little unbalanced as
Everybody died.
as people started dying, and then there was like I think one of us got stuck with most of them, and we're just like, no, we need to balance this out.
I think that was mine. Like that was rough on my voice that day.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, we're rebalancing this shit. So,
Yeah.
and I think it worked out, at least for now.
I do too.
So
Yeah.
it's like we'll
I'll take
probably have to
Mikan then,
do
because
fucking
I'll take
Mikan,
Mikan from
dude.
Danganronpa too, because she's kind of messed up in several ways.
She's fucking
That is true.
nuts, that girl. No, cause we'll probably have to like revisit the list every now and then, even during our streams. But like, just to have that like idea of who's doing who, it just make things a little bit
Yeah.
smoother, type of thing.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes you really, as much as I like diving in and doing shit on the fly, sometimes you gotta plan stuff out at least a little bit.
That is
Yep.
true.
You know?
And if we get to be free, Minnie has called Mew.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm guessing you call Kokichi, of course.
Of course.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know. You probably do him better than I can. You do a very good Kokichi voice.
I also want Maki.
Of course.
You want to die.
Do you want to die? Like,
I can probably take Samugi because I can do her like my Sayaka voice.
that's fair.
Yes, we'll talk about Kokichi because you could probably do him better, Tifa. Even though I love
wow.
him so much. We'll have to see. My Kokichi voice is not that great, to be fair.
I mean, I feel like that would be a tough one to nail, to be honest. So
True.
it's fine. We can. That's a long time in the future, because like I don't know about you, but
My
'cause-
tiger Tana. Said yo friendo.
Oh,
along
Deb.
with everyone else.
welcome in.
Hello.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Happy belated Easter. I'm sorry I didn't respond to your text message. Man, when this finally goes up on YouTube, that's 100% gonna tell you how far in advance I recorded or we did this.
Yeah.
But like, it's fine. It's fine. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought again.
Think about when this goes up on YouTube, how far in advance we
No,
recorded
before that,
this.
because that's what distracted me.
Oh.
It's
Be
fine.
free as far in the future?
That's right. Because when we get around to when we're done Trigger Happy Havoc, I'm just gonna take a break from that. To be
Oh,
honest.
totally. That's understandable.
And then we can work
DR2
on
can wait.
at least a little
Yeah.
bit, at least a couple of months.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be like a giant thing, but like just a little bit
That is fair.
type of thing. And if we do, I feel like at least for the sake of spreading things out a little bit, like I don't think we should do Phoenix right at the same time, type of thing.
Yeah, they're kind of similar genre.
It's not even the genre that's the issue. It's more for like me personally, like as if I'm streaming them, right? There's like that would be 2 days in a week we'd have to coordinate and stuff, and that might
Gotcha.
not always be feasible depending on life.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
you know? So I'd rather tackle those one at a time rather than overloading us with stuff. You know.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Cause like, I
Sure,
mean,
like his,
I don't mind doing multiple collabs in a week, but I also don't want to
Yeah.
overload anybody with, too much.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes sense.
Did Leader share like his like content creator
Yeah, I
origin
shared that
journey?
earlier.
A little bit,
Okay,
yeah.
That
cool.
earlier.
That's cool.
We also talked about my book project that I've been trying to finish since middle school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's been looking for like potentially looking for proofreaders and stuff, so.
Yes, I was talking about that with your co-writer the other day. I could try to help you out with it.
Alright.
I used to write back in middle school, high school as well. Like Tifa
Okay.
knows my fan fiction.
Alright. Okay.
Haven't
I
done it in
attempted to write
eons.
fanfiction back in the day. I was not very good at it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have been writing fanfiction, but I've kind of fallen off the wagon a bit because of
Mm-hmm.
kind of been more interested in doing like other stuff.
fair.
Yeah,
Like role playing.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah.
D&D.
Yep.
D&D.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just waiting on my co-writers to get back to me. So
Yeah, I mean,
one of them did.
no rush.
I know. I'm not trying to rush. I'm just trying to get Mostly, I'm trying to let them know that there's more people out there that are interested in helping us out. So
Sure.
Totally try to help you out. I don't know how good at it I'd be because I haven't written anything in years, but
Yeah, that's what I'm
have
saying
experience.
too. Like that's what I'm saying
Yeah, I
too.
get
Like
that.
I don't know how effective I'll be, but I'm willing to at least try. If I can help,
I
then
get
why
that.
not?
yeah, as I keep saying, well, I should have said this earlier. I do not do grammar well. I don't even. But
Yeah.
there is some things that we could use the help with,
Sure.
and even if you guys, I mostly just want to get other people's opinions on the project because family, other than me and my two co-writers, we have my family, one of my extended family that's helping out, and that's pretty much it.
Gotcha.
And the extended family is literally just there to edit. It's gonna be an editor for us. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
I mean, that's
I don't know if I
still.
could help with that as well, like proofreading, editing. I did offer your co-writer if he wanted me to look over stuff, I could.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, when we were talking about it the other night. His one of his like backstory things, not like your whole project.
backstory. Oh, the
But
backstory stuff. Yeah.
I did offer I could proofread, so want me
Alright.
to proofread more, I could try.
Alright.
I would try not to be too critical. That's kind of where like I worry about doing that stuff because I can get critical about it. I'll try not to be though.
Oh, that's fine.
I mean, you gotta be a little bit. That's kind of necessary
Yeah.
for doing that. Like,
Yeah,
it's more about how you conduct yourself at that point.
Mhm.
exactly. I just don't want to be too harsh about it.
Yeah. If you we can also do like voice chat. We also do voice chats and stuff. So.
If I'm gonna proofread, it'd be better to just do it reading it and then like I guess make notes or something. I don't know. It would be a little trickier to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After you make the notes and stuff is when I'd be.
Yeah, like you can make notes
Getting-
and then touch base and talk about it after. Like
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm
clarify
getting at.
stuff and things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
could
mostly.
definitely work.
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing. Because I get in contact with these two quite often, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
the D&D crew. That was like how we met.
Yep. One of the other one is you haven't really talked to him much, so
Oh, that's fair.
yeah, you've talked to Rex, you haven't talked to Roan, but he's my second co-writer, so yeah. But yeah, if when they get back to me, I'll certainly let you guys know.
For sure.
Sure, we can definitely talk about it at a later time.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Alrighty.
Yeah, because, yeah. My brain's all on hyperdrive now.
You're good, man. Don't worry about it. It
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Fair.
about 7:30 right now.
Yeah, it's 6:35 right now.
Yeah.
around
I'm
where
just
most
I'm
of
just
us are at.
thinking. I'm just thinking at this point we've been here quite a while.
Yeah.
True.
So I think that honestly we should probably just wind down for the night because
Yeah.
I'm also getting hungry and I still need to do a mountain of dishes and I
Yeah.
don't want to do either of those things. But
Oh yeah, go eat.
Yeah, at least
I
eat.
definitely need to for sure.
Yeah.
So y'all, anybody watching on YouTube after the fact, if you have any thoughts, comments, stories you want to share, please feel free to do that. Would love to hear from you. And for everybody else that's been here live, thank you so much for being here. You know, both
no
here
problem.
in chat and here in voice chat and in Twitch chat. You know, it's been awesome, and I'm glad we got to do this because, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I've been
Me too.
wanting to share my stuff for a
Thanks.
while, and it was cool to hear from everybody else as well.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Before we head off, I'm going to do my usual sort of promos here. So first,
Like the music? Go check out Useless Irving.
please go support Useless Irving. He's been the one providing us with the wonderful music we've been hearing today. And also, if you haven't already, feel free to join the Discord for either more stuff like this. It doesn't happen often, but stuff like this or other community events like Mario Kart, card readings, general hanging out if I decide to, you know, not be under a rock. You know, stuff like that. But anyway,
As my own plug, I'm gonna do some Rebirth of Souls after this. If anyone wants to watch that.
huzzah! Oh right, yeah. Once
I'll be there
again,
to guide him.
once
Yeah.
again.
Yep.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
Oops.
You rock!
Whoop.
Here we go. I accidentally
Go check out
posted
at
the
Simon
Discord
Oma
link
on
twice.
YouTube. He's pretty rad.
I was like, nope.
See?
Get Simon's channel up there. But yeah, we're gonna head off for the night, y'all. It's been amazing, and there's the ad break. All right, well,
Ironic.
good night, everybody.
Hi everyone.
Bye.
Bye.